It's time. I usually don't say this first, but share this time. I haven't asked you in a long time. Share this one. So, Dre McCray, cut the music busy. Dre McCray has returned. And in typical trad pimp fashion, the trad pimps are full on attacking her. We've got 10 to Life posting a video, defamatory, slanderous, disgusting. Remember, all you got to do is go to Dre's Facebook or any of these clip channels that upload all of Dre's stuff, and you can watch this family for years, almost every day. You can fact check everything. It's such a unique story that we're involved in. Every other story like this, there isn't a live streamed record of their life. But if you've watched me over the past 6 months, especially when we first started to cover this story, you've went through those videos with us. Off the air, I probably went through 50 times more than I brought you here, but you've went through it with us. You know what the story is. You've got two sides, and both sides have a different, completely different story. You've got the one on the left, Molly GoLightly, who is not a member of the family. She didn't even know who Dre McCray was before she found out about a Susu attempt, and I have to say that, so I can't say the word right now because of the YouTube algorithm. I apologize, but it's YouTube, not me. And when she found out about the Susu attempt, as you all know, she decided to try to convince the internet that it was a true crime story. And she made Dre the perpetrator. She made Dre guilty of anything she could say that Dre was guilty of involving her family. These are all attacks on Dre's family. If they aren't true. If they're lies, if they're not true, if they're not accurately sourced, there's no other way to describe them than attacks on the family. Molly wants you to believe they're attacks on Dre because she's demonized Dre to a hard core support base of her audience. Luckily, the majority of people have woken up. They took the challenge. They actually fact-checked Molly, as we demanded them to. Before you go out and slam Dre, all we're asking is that you fact-check the stuff that Molly's saying. Because the minute you even start, you realize on the left, you have a faker. On the right, you have someone who may be abrasive, not perfect, not always making the right decision, but definitely a family person on the right. On the left, you don't have a family person. You've got a very narcissistic, self-centered, selfish, mean person. On the right, you've got somebody who cooks every meal with every member of their family. Marvon and 3 children and a dog, and I think a chicken's outside. Not joking. You've got somebody who homeschools the kids with Marvon. You've got somebody who spends all of their time physically and socially around their kids. On the left, you have someone who is never with their family, who is always on their stream yelling and screaming and acting like a fool if they're not being arrested by the Las Vegas police for trying to steal the wages of an employee from a company before they get off work and then run away with the money. On the right, you have a woman that did nothing wrong. She was initially cleared by the police, and over a period of months, due to Molly's content, Letitia and Molly's lies, along with LB and Justin, Leslie Bass and Justin, their audience spammed CPS, DFS, and the local precinct, as you know, with reports causing all of those agencies to do additional reports, 5 to 6 that we know of beyond the initial report. And therefore, did Dre, with all of these people constantly interviewing the kids, pouring through their life, did any of this find a single solitary crumb of anything Dre did wrong? No. They cleared Dre in every single investigation. So Molly wants you to believe that Dre is a criminal mastermind. She wants you to believe that somehow she was able to fool not just the initial investigators from each agency, but then she wants you to think that she fooled every agency over every other investigation. And up until right now, like, Molly is probably live as we speak, bashing Dre. So let's do something that sometimes you have to do. It may seem a little obvious or childish in these kind of situations, but sometimes you got to take a step back and you have to accurately define what you're looking at so that everybody can understand it. Is Dre a murmurer? Did she do this to her husband? It's impossible. It is impossible. She has been cleared all those times. Did she do anything to her kids? She was cleared all those times. Intense investigations by the police own word and report. That report came with body cam footage. You'll notice there are some people out there that showed you the body cam footage, never once reading any of the report to you. And then you'll notice other people, like everyone else, who isn't a disrespectful, hellish demon spawn, read parts of the report to you and didn't show you parts of the body cam. Because, again, this isn't a crime. It's not a case. It's a mental health crisis that took over a veteran's mind. That's what this is. 10 to life. Why are you covering a veteran's taking an attempt at his own life, putting him in a coma all the way up until today? Why are you covering that, pretending it's a mysterious true crime story that you're constantly throwing shade at Dre and her kids? Molly, why are you live right now attacking Dre and her kids? Oh, she's not attacking Dre's kids. Yes, she is. Every one of those investigations reopened the wounds that these children had over their father. Every one of the investigations brought police into their lives, or DFS or CPS or any of the agencies, and reopened the wounds. Just ripped it wide open. What side are you on? Because there is 2 sides to every story, right? No, wrong. There are 3 sides to every story. His side, her side, and the truth. Luckily, Dre doesn't get to lie. Molly doesn't get to lie. The live streams hold the truth. But Uni, I don't have time to look at them. You should if you're running around throwing an opinion around about this that differs from all of those investigations. Oh, you know more than like 7 police and DFS and CPS investigations. Oh, I see. It's not that you're just a bad person. It's not that you're just a horrible person. You just know more than they do. And somehow what you've learned in your internet sleuthing ways, even though it goes against everything seen in those live streams, all of those streams, all of that documented history for going back years from this family, you might be differing from all of that. You might be not able to source a single thing you say, but you want us to trust you. And somehow, without you telling us what it is, what you found gives you permission to attack a family that was rattled by their father succumbing to his mental health disorders. I am disgusted that YouTube is allowing Molly to go live the last 2 days and attack a mother, a wife, who is doing nothing but try to keep her family together, take care of her kids, and take care of her husband after this mental health crisis. I can't believe YouTube's allowing it. They ban people for misinformation over popular stories. They ban people for many things, and they're going to let this happen. It's insane to me. It's insane to me. But because YouTube's allowing it, we are going to listen to what Dre has to say. We're going to listen to what Molly has to say. And we're going to look at the police report. We're going to look at some video footage, and I'm going to prove to you what happened again. Because Molly is just going to lie every time. Every time. She's going to go live. She's going to convince people that Dre is the bad guy. What did Dre do wrong? Well, let me give you an example of one of the things that Molly says Dre's done wrong recently. Let's do that real fast before we get started. Molly says that Dre is e-begging by coming back to the internet. E-begging. E-begging. But Dre didn't even share a pay link. Dre didn't even tell people to give her money. Dre said she was going to start doing her content again so she could earn money to support their family. She hasn't streamed in a year because she's been taking care of her Marvon and the kids. What have you been doing for a year, Molly? To where you get to judge that. Why aren't we clapping for Dre for not sitting online and streaming while this was all going on? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Look at the facts and then come to an opinion and not be biased, right? Just tell the truth, regardless if we like somebody or not. Okay, fine. Dre not streaming for this whole year, taking care of Marvon, taking care of her kids, working and doing everything she can to protect them and keep things together throughout this crisis in their family is a good thing. It's not e-begging to come back and do your damn job. If Dre is e-begging with that stream, then Molly, Justin Farall, LB, House of Will, they're all e-beggars then. Massive e-beggars to the worst degree. I'm worse than Dre because I share my link. It's paypal.me/UNIRock or #UNIRACHEL or #UNIRock on CASHAPP. I made a CASHAPP account. Dre didn't even do that. And everything that Dre did, Molly in a jealous rage attacked her and tried to copy her and tried to act like look, this picture. Dre starts doing her makeup. So Molly starts doing her makeup while attacking Dre. Now, Dre isn't attacking anybody. She's just talking to her audience. She's being factual. Molly's attacking her, but somehow Molly thinks that she's the good guy and Dre's the bad guy. By definition, Dre is acting respectful. She looks good. She looks like she's taking care of herself. Molly doesn't look like she's taking care of herself. She doesn't look good, and she's acting evil. These are facts. I'm not being rude. I'm just describing it. Facts here. So Dre does her makeup calmly and makes it look good and politely and nicely and femininely. Molly is in a rage doing her makeup. Angry. Putting down insults, flying, lies flying, in a rage. But somehow there are people out there who still will just believe anything that comes out of Molly's mouth and immediately not believe anything Dre said. That's the power of propaganda. That's the power of brainwashing. It's the power of repeating. It's the power of manipulating weak-minded people. You're not weak-minded. You're better than that. If Dre tells you something happened, look at the supporting evidence. If Molly tells you something happened, look at the supporting evidence. And then make up your mind. Now, the problem is, if you've watched us go through for months all of the supporting evidence, and you can just go back and rewatch it, unlike Molly, who deleted all of her Dre content. Luckily, I've got it on my live streams. She deleted all of her Dre content, realizing that she is in the wrong and lied and attacked the family, that there is no story, there is no true crime, there is no thing here. Molly could be sued. Dre, you have to sue her. The lawyers will do it. You won't have to do anything. You sue her and let your lawyers work. They are going to get all the money that she made off of your husband's Susu, off of your name, and they're going to put it in your bank account. They'll make her sell her house. They'll make her sell her junk. They'll make her sell her stuff. And it doesn't matter if it's Walter's, because you know why? Walter and her are married. They share things. Now, this is also why attacking Dre is attacking Marvon. Criticizing Dre is fine. Having an issue with Dre is fine if it's based on truth. When it's not, it's attacking Marvon, the family, the kids, and Dre, because that's who Dre's responsible for. That is who Dre is with. You can't sit and say that Dre is a bad person for being on that diet, or for having her kids be on that diet, or for participating in the medicinal treatments that she and Marvon participated in, without bashing Marvon. These are facts. Because if you go back into the live stream record, Marvon is pushing it harder than Dre. Harder than Dre. He wasn't being influenced by Dre. He was trying to find something that would lessen his pain. Something that would take away the seizures that were driving him insane. Driving him to the brink of insanity. To have a breakdown. He didn't stop ever seeing the VA. It's in the police report, but Molly and Letitia would have you believe that they stopped taking Marvon for medical treatments and just went to the herbal stuff. No, they kept going to the VA. They kept getting his medicine, and they kept giving it to him according to the police. Why do you let yourself be lied to? Because it's fun, because you hate Dre, right? It's because you don't like Dre. It's because you hate her, or you're jealous of her, just like Molly. The people that are still supporting Molly doing this to Dre are just nasty, lonely, vile, evil, negative people. Their negativity and their evilness does not just extend in the chat, in the comments section, or on Molly's streams, or like Molly on video. It extends into their personal life. And Dre's behaviors, where she's being kind and nice and, professional, businesslike, she's speaking clearly, she's thinking clearly. These things extend into her personal life. It's why her family is strong, regardless of the mental health disorder that Marvon suffered from. And Molly chases everybody away from her. And every time she goes viral and gets some attention online, she ends up being exposed for lying, and that's how she went viral. Because if you're going to lie, let's say that somebody does do something and you're going to lie and make up the most mysterious story ever, you just might get attention for it. Because nobody else is going to be reporting that. You have all the information. You're making it up as you go. That's what Molly and Letitia did. And if you want to say it's not true, then you need to address the video clips, which you can find on UNIRockTv, already put together into short, concise commentary videos. Those videos are accompanied by day after day after day after day of live streams where we look at all of the source video. We didn't cherry pick, but we proved they did. They had a video of Dre that they say proved that she was starving her son. And when you went and looked up the sources of it, they had manipulated the footage. It was a lie. They were feeding the kids, in my opinion, overfeeding these kids. And so much, they were allowing him to have like soda pop and stuff and these sugary drinks. And she said, no, you can get yourself some water. And they turned that into starving the kid and abusing the kid. It's because they had nothing to go on, people. They had nothing to go on. Now, I've done my intro. I've let in. Any YouTuber that wants to say that what I just said isn't true, you can go into the live stream footage just like I did. The proof is on this channel. You can go to my live streams and watch me do it every day. And you can go into that footage just like I did, and you can show where I'm wrong. You can show where something isn't true that I've shown or that I've said. Because again, this story is different. They banked on the fact that they would be able to lie because it's what they've been doing with these stories since they showed up. It's what they do in every story. They just didn't know that this story had a trap. It had a trap for these kind of people, these liars, these people that invent stories. The trap was the live streamed record of their life. If they're going to say that something happened, they should be able to show where it happened. Because they live streamed the good and the bad. They live streamed the laughing and the arguments. They live streamed it all. And thank God Dre gave us some new information. Remember when I said that Marvon and Dre weren't... Marvon was not stressed because of Dre at the end before he did what he did. I said and proved that the video record showed that he was stressed because of Letitia. Dre just confirmed me right. I have told you this whole time that Letitia has no right to raise money in Marvon's name, and neither does Molly. Dre proved me right. The video record proves me right. Dre has confirmed every bit of my investigation into this story. And if you've been watching me, you know that. If you watched her show. If you did not watch Dre's video, that's what we're about to do right now. Before I do it, I'm going to see what you guys have to say. Now remember, I haven't watched Dre's video yet. I've seen some clips and I have talked to people that have watched it. I wanted to watch it with you first. This is a pretty big thing for me, and I'll tell you why before I hit the live chat. When I started to investigate the Letitia fundraiser, eventually realizing how much lies and misinformation and conning and just complete theft and just stealing money, doxing people, I finally came to the conclusion that I needed to cover this story. And by me covering a story, I don't do what 10 to Life does. I don't go watch TikTok and then come in and tell people about a susu and call it a true crime case. Or Molly, where I go in and tell you that one of the family members is evil in every story, and then I go protest it, and I make a shit ton of money off of being the only one who says that that person's evil. All of the people being a victim. What I do is actually check the facts, and that's why it took me months, because the facts in this case are the live streamed record. Those are the facts in this case. And after I looked at all of it, I uploaded my conclusions to UNIRock2, my main commentary channel. That's what we do. We go live here. It doesn't matter if we're covering something like this, an internet scam, a fraud raiser. It doesn't matter what we're covering, some YouTube drama thing or whatever. We put onto UNIRock2 the watchable, concise version of all of the stuff that we discover while streaming. So this is a companion channel. If I go live on UNIRock2, it takes away views from my recent videos. But guess what? I haven't been uploading that much recently. We can sneak some live streams on UNIRock2, and you guys told me you wanted to. Was going to do it last weekend. Just this last weekend. Luckily, I waited. This is what needs to go on UNIRock2. So let's watch these videos. Let's get the clips that we need to take to UNIRock2 together so that we can take them over to UNIRock2 in the next couple days. Maybe even tonight. We'll see. Depends on how much we get done. It's going to be hard. All of those months I put in to watching all of their source video is caused me to form an attachment to this family. I have to admit, Marvon, because Marvon is a disabled veteran. I am too. I was medevaced. I have an appointment tomorrow at the DAV, Thursday, and I'll be updating you on my interview with the DAV. Thanks to LB Leslie Bass lying and vet bashing me, I am going to have the DAV check everything I've said about my record and then let you know whether I've been lying or not. LB was invited to this and wouldn't come because she knows she's lying. Now that we've handled everything, I'm going to go to my live chat. If you have anything to tell me, tag me because Navy's not here yet, and I hope he'll be here soon. He probably will. Tag me. YouTube has responded, but they haven't concluded it. You know what I mean? They basically told me they're looking into it, and that's where it is. I still think we should tag team YouTube as much as possible. I can't believe Molly is getting away with this. Like, you can't take someone that has a susu in their family and then sit and attack the family because of it. You can't. And that's all Molly's doing. She's using the virility of the susu because it dealt with a very large influencer, Dre, and she's using it to attack Dre to try to defame her into the person who did something wrong. But all of her narratives have fallen apart, as you guys know. Nice, Tom. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Kathy. Infamous Truth Teller says Dre has taken her power back. I agree. And I hope that what she does is ignore her live chat for a few streams, sits and talks to that camera so she can track what she's saying and she can be in the game. And I hope she fully exposes Letitia and Molly and the rest of them. Because Dre, they're doing it to you. They're doing it to you. There's nothing wrong with you defending yourself. There's nothing wrong with you standing up for your family. Nothing wrong with you suing the shit out of them and taking the money they made off of lying about your husband. If they wouldn't have lied, I would tell you, you don't sue them and take their damn money. But they lied. They lied. I sat and I constantly showed that they were lying. And they constantly complained about what I was doing, proving that they'd seen it. So they knew they were lying. And instead of addressing the evidence I was showing and explaining how they disagreed or they thought I was wrong or whatever, we all know what they did. They ignored the evidence and lied to everyone. It's one of the most open and shut cases of purposeful malicious defamation to earn money off of Dre's following that's on the platform. It would be open and shut. Open and shut. Watching Dre was heartbreaking, all the things that she and the kids have been through. It is, and all those things came from Letitia and Molly. All of those things came from Letitia and Molly, and I showed it. Now you understand why when 6 months ago when I started on this story, now you'll understand why I showed what I showed, I acted like I acted, and I did what I did. Every bit of everything that happened back then during this investigation, I did on purpose. And if you look, it exposes something that Dre needs. She can use. She can use the fact that they promised me actual proof that of the money they raised and proof that they spent it on a lawyer and that they were going to file soon in court. That was 5 months ago, people. 6 months ago. They haven't filed in court. Did you know that Vaughn's bio dad and the wife got put up in a VA hotel and they took care of it when they went to Arizona? Nobody knows that they got to see Vaughn and then all of this happened after. Exactly. They lied even about who saw. They lied because Dre couldn't stop any family members, mother and father, from seeing Marvon. It's against the law. The hospital would have let them go right in. Dre wouldn't have been able to stop them. They sat on their damn asses when they were saying that Dre was stopping them. Because that all happened for a while until Marvon was moved. Hey. So when Marvon was moved, yeah, they couldn't see him because they didn't know where he was. But they moved. But the reason that they didn't know where Marvon was moved to is because they were defaming Dre, lying on Dre, and raising money on Marvon's name. A father and mother who had signed this man away, all of their rights to him when he was 1 year old, somehow think they can raise money. Okay, fine. You can raise the money. Don't put it in your personal bank account then, right? Give it to Raza. Well, they raised the money, and they said that it was to rescue Raza and Marvon from Dre. By filing with a lawyer, remember? Did they file with the lawyer? No. So what should Letitia have done with the money? She should have given it to Raza, Marvon's kid. Letitia sat on stream, on Molly's stream, saying she'd never met the Raza when she had held Raza. She had held Raza. It was a lie. Yeah, he had to get a lot of permission to go because of that. And it wasn't Dre doing it, but everything that happened, they demonized Dre so that their audience would give them money. Dre confirmed this too. I've proven this with video evidence. I've shown 2 days ago a video where Molly and Letitia and Justin and a serial Cash App scammer instruct Letitia Bias how to take all of the money she made to save Marvon and the grandkid from Dre and siphon it out of PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo into her own bank account, separate the bank account from those accounts to block the refunds that were approved by those companies. They were approved due to the evidence, and Letitia, Molly, and Justin stole the money, and Letitia ran away, disappeared as soon as that money hit her account. That's when she stopped going on Molly's show. That's when she stopped appearing in the chats, and that's when she ran. She took the money and ran. So who should have gotten that money instead of Letitia? Marvon's son. Marvon's son. Letitia should not have. If any money is being made off of his life, off of his name, off of his tragedy, it should be for his son, not Letitia, an adult that refuses to do the right thing and is constantly conning people. And there it is again. Molly didn't tell you that Letitia has a history of conning not just people. Not just people. She does have a history of doing that, but she has a history of conning, stealing, and ripping off Marvon. And the biggest thing ever is that Molly and LB and Justin still say to this day, and yes, there are video clips to back this up, that Dre was somehow involved in pushing Marvon to do what he did. The truth is out now. The truth is that Marvon was not upset because of Dre, like they tried to take a 2-year-old clip and act like that was some kind of proof. The truth is the video clips show that he was upset about Letitia before this happened. In fact, we just learned from Dre that Marvon did go to Arizona to see family and didn't go to Letitia on purpose. And then we found a video clip months ago where Marvon is explaining what happened with his mother. He says that the worst trauma of his life occurred while he was with her. And he would never want his child to experience what he experienced. He would never want his child to go through what Letitia did. He would never want his child to be with Letitia. So that whole fundraiser goes completely against Marvon's wishes. That fundraiser to rip that baby, Marvon's baby, away from his mother and brother and sisters. And sisters. And he put him in the care of Letitia. Somebody so irresponsible and evil that she did all the things you saw her do. And then we have another detail that we've got, and we'll hear Dre talk about before we get started. A detail about how Rachel, what was that thing you said right before I went live about finances and stuff? Was that you? What was it? Dre couldn't believe they brought up Marvon's assets. So Dre had found out that Marvon Sr. and Letitia had brought up Marvon's assets. And I showed a video clip 3 days ago, and I've shown it many times, where Letitia talks about getting a probate lawyer. And of course, we know that if you're interested in taking adult care of Marvon, then you use a probate lawyer to grab the assets of Marvon, right? So you already know what I believe, but I believe what I believe based off of the record, off of the facts and evidence. All of the true crime channels who refuse to either update their story and be 100% transparent and fix what they said wrong about this story, those who refuse to do it, you should never watch again. You should never support again. And if you want to, that's fine. You can give them your whole paycheck if you want. But just so you know, they're bringing you fantasy, not true anything. They're bringing you true cringe. That's what they're bringing you. Molly and her friends are not true crime. They are true cringe. It's 2/15 of 2023, broadcasting from the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. I'm your host, UNIRock. This is Days of our live streams. We bust scams, we look at the evidence in a controversial situation, and we look at interesting things that happen on the internet, and we bring it to you in our live streams, and we put it out into our commentary on UNIRock too. Let's go ahead and get started right now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being willing to support the truth and hear the truth. This is UNIRock Live. It is obvious. It is obvious why. What in the hell? I was subbed to you on rockAlot. You must have unsubbed me, bro. Well, you got your sub back. It is obvious why Molly is so jealous of this woman. Beautiful. Christian. Devoted. Devoted to her family. Right? Not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But I'll tell you what. Whether it be friend, whether it be acquaintance, whether it be wife, I would pick Dre, and everybody else would, any day over Molly's negativity, psychopathy, and pure evil behavior. That's why she's so jealous. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Jealousy. The act of looking at another person who you don't even know, who you have nothing to judge them on, lying about them, wanting what's theirs, desiring Dre's audience, desiring Dre's relationship with Marvon, desiring Dre's beauty, desiring Dre's devotion to her religion, desiring the relationship with the family, desiring Dre's positivity, her ability to get along with others, her success. Molly has none of this. She's an unhappy, nasty, evil person. She's proven that. You tell me, audience. I'm thinking we start here. Then I'm thinking we move here. Is that okay with you? Those of you that have watched this. Thank you, Cash Non-Justice Family Organization. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I hope everything's going okay with you guys. You always know if you need anything, you can reach out. You can hit Navy up. This is today's. This is the most recent one. We're going to start with this one. Oh, I'm going to bring down the hammer. The hammer's coming down, Molly. The hammer's coming down. This will be the last time you get away with this. This will be the last time you get away with this. Can't admit when you lie. You can't admit when you're wrong. Her title is Andrea Talks About Herself for Hours. You are a total hypocrite. Look at Molly's makeup. When's the last time you saw Molly's makeup like this? When's the last time you saw Molly? Horrible thumbnail, by the way, Molly. I mean, you have no professionality whatsoever. Everything is so baseline. Dre's unique. A lot of people don't like her because of it, but she's very unique. when you are unique, it's going to happen. People aren't going to prefer your quirks and your weirdness, right? Molly is the kind of person that judges her worth and everyone else's worth based on money and appearance. Dre doesn't do that. She's taught not to because she follows her religion. She's way more religious than I could have ever thought. All right, let's see what else Molly has done here. So 5 months ago, Dre McCray learned some respect. Molly, we can look at the way you're acting today and yesterday, and we can look at the way that Dre acted today and yesterday. The only person that needs to learn some respect, maybe how to wash their face, is you, not Dre. You want to talk about someone learning? Maybe you could learn how to tell the truth. Maybe you could learn how to correct yourself. Maybe you could learn how to not be so damn selfish every time you open your mouth. No. She's only... Who's live with 663 people? Molly? Molly's live. Where's she live at? I can't even see her live stream if she's live. Oh, hold on. No, that's Bullhorn Ding Dong. Molly GoLightly live. Oh, she would go on her second channel. I don't see it. Can somebody get me a link at the bottom of general, please? I want to see Molly's live stream. 663. She used to have 8,000 people watching her talk about Dre. I'm not kidding. 5,000, 8,000, 3,000, 2,000, 4,000. So if she's getting 600 people and she's talking about Dre, she's falling off. And that makes sense because there's a lot of people watching Molly to record it, to lol at her. At least 70% of her audience is there because of not to support her. So that means Molly's normal support group, around a couple hundred people, are in her stream. And that means that because of the controversialness of this situation, she's got a few extra people watching. Okay. Let me see if I can get a link from anybody to any of Molly's stuff here. Thank you, Vila Nova. So it looks like 3.7 thousand views streamed 2 hours ago. Molly streamed for around 3 hours. You have to understand how low those views are. You have to understand. I can get around 2,000 to 3,000 views after a couple hours. So she's basically got around maybe a little bit higher because it hasn't been there for that long. She's got a little bit higher than what I get normally. And Molly used to get massive views every time she talked about this.
This is when I need to go live. I felt it so strongly.
Really now?
It was after I left my doctor's appointment. It was after I said a prayer. I was on the phone with my friend because I was crying after I left. It's heavy. It's heavy.
Right.
Although it's good to, be in counseling and it's good to, talk to someone. Sometimes when you go through those appointments, it's heavy because you're talking about something that's weighing so big, so it can get exhausting and hard. And and before that appointment, my heart, my chest, it had been hurting for a few days.
Right.
Because of, the situations going on with my husband being in the hospital and for the reasons why he's there. Whew.
And what would those be?
So I was really...
Tell us more.
So I called my friend and I was like, I need to talk to you. But I need to tell Jehovah first. So
I just don't understand. Dre seems genuine, affected, sad. She's been cleared by the police. All those times. How does Molly have a right to open the door until you leave? Make sure that the heat's off. How does Molly have a right to target a Susu survivor, a family member, the most affected family member other than the kids, by what happened here? And how does Molly have a right to target a person when there is no fault by Dre? Molly can't even show you video clips of any faults by Dre when there are legions of hours of video. I just don't get it, people. Dre absolutely appears genuine. She does. She could, if Dre doesn't appear genuine, heartfelt, sad, not only did the right thing by staying off of the internet, leaving her job for a year to take care of her kids in Marvon. If these things can't be admitted to be good things, nothing ever could. Thank you, Dre. You may have sacrificed a lot. And I know it seems crazy to basically realize this, but you did sacrifice a lot to help so many thousands of people, because so many thousands of people believe that what Molly and her friends are doing are genuine. And when they see you and what you've done to try to do the right thing, you've done more. You've held yourself together and done more than any other human being could. Anyone. Could you do what Dre did? I couldn't. I would have fallen apart. They would have admitted me to the VA a long time ago. I would have lost my mind. I almost did. I had a family member, luckily, that didn't wind up like Marvon, but got really close to. My son. It's ironic. Probably why I was so drawn to this story. On top of Marvon being a veteran. Me dealing with those kind of thoughts in the past myself. And almost succumbing to it myself when I was injured and medevaced. It goes through your mind, people. And again, I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about long ago. I haven't had any of those thoughts in many years. The VA has taken such good care of me, but I had to seek holistic treatments too. Acupuncture paid for by the Army, right? Massage therapy, water therapy. I mean, I could list it. I could go on, and I'm not going to. How in the hell, if we're going to say that Dre did something wrong here, you should be strict. You should be able to name it. You should be able to explain it. You should be able to break it down. All I want you to do is hear some of the vileness coming out of Molly's mouth toward a woman that is raising her kids and helping her husband, who is still in a coma, from a suicide attempt, from succumbing to that. She did nothing wrong. She's been cleared so many times. I want you to watch how she treats her, and then I want you to tell me, how does she have a right to treat her like this? And if you don't think it could be you, you're crazy. If you don't think it could be you or one of your family that Molly does this to, you're out of your mind. Any person could wind up where Dre is. Anyone could wind up where Dre is with Molly and her friends doing this to you. Because again, maybe you wouldn't be able to handle it as perfect as Dre did. Because these people, if they see anything they can go at, they do it. They will find it and they will go upon it like vultures. So if Dre would have done something wrong, thank God she didn't. They would have descended upon it and they would have used it and blown it to just out of the water.
Can I pray?
Dre was on TT Live, what's that? Tell me what that is. Earlier, and answered all of the false info with class. She has been nothing but respectful, nothing but classy, nothing but professional. I don't know how she does it. I mean, she's one of the strongest women I've ever seen in my life, and I'm not even just saying that, man. Like, how can you say it's not true? I could debate this shit against somebody. I don't know why Molly can't meet me on a debate channel and actually debate me. Maybe Justin could, since Molly's not smart enough to do it, right? Any of the people who feel the opposite about this situation, they could try to defeat my arguments, defeat the facts and the evidence I have. They won't. The people that are doing this to her are just targeting her out of maliciousness. Let's hear some of Molly's reactions.
You listen. She was like, yeah. So then I prayed, and she was able to know what I was struggling with at that moment. And then after that,
Molly's just salty as hell because she's wrong, and she's salty as hell because she's exposed. She never expected that when she was sitting there raising money with Letitia, she never expected any of this to happen. She didn't expect us to come in, nonsense to come in, the clip channels to come in, Dre to come back. She didn't expect any of this. She thought she would just rake in the money with Letitia and then dox anyone that wanted a refund. I have shown the video clip evidence, and I will be showing it today. I will be proving to you that Molly doxed the refund, the people wanting refunds. I will prove to you that Molly, Letitia, Justin, and that scammer lady siphoned the money out of the account. Again, I will play the video clips. I will prove to you I will play every video clip. I've got them ready right here. And I will show you what Molly did. She stole the money. She stole it.
Dude, I kind of feel like I need to go back live. And I told her what I'm feeling, and she's like, I agree. Like this, it would be good. I understand.
Look at her. And look at her eyes. Look at Dre. Dre's eyes, Dre's facial features, her speech, her discussion is that of a sober, together, professional, godly, respectful person. From everything I've heard, you can't say the opposite off of what we've seen. Molly's eyes look like they're glued shut. She's rolling her eyes when normal person would roll their eyes very quickly. Hers are moving super slow up and down. It's almost like she looks like she's inebriated or something.
You know?
Look at her. Look at her.
And then it was like, okay, well, tell the ladies that it might, well, I didn't tell her that, but she went and,
she doesn't make any sense.
Yes, she does. She makes perfect sense. What are you talking about? She makes perfect sense. You're the one that doesn't make sense. You don't make sense. You don't explain how she doesn't make sense. You never explain. You just insult. You just make a claim. I just explained why I think you look inebriated. Simply and easily with commentary. You can't back up anything you say.
And then I knew that I'm not going to want to go live until I talk to my parents first and I get their blessing.
Right.
And I did.
Right? Why would you think she's lying about calling her parents? I would call my parents. If I was in this situation, I'd call them in a heartbeat. I'd ask him, I'd call my brother. I'd ask, what do I do? What do you think I should do? I'd get advice because I'm not thinking clearly. I've experienced trauma. I don't want to make the wrong decision. Now, you want to sit and judge her like you did, but then you want to sit and say that you don't believe that she called for advice. Can you please explain why you don't believe her? Can you provide any commentary at all here? You claimed at some point that you're giving the best commentary on Dre. Oh, I'm doing the best commentary out there. Everybody, member my channel, member my channel. These are things she said while claiming Dre e-begged. Dre never mentioned donating to her or buying anything or membering her or sending her money. Molly did. And Molly said Dre was e-begging.
And
we're going to have to put this on 2x speed. I'm doing it because of Molly, though. When I watch Dre, it will be at normal speed. We are going to watch Dre next. We are just watching this to get a feel for how Molly reacted.
my mom's really hurt. And I just want to ask because eventually
All of a
I'm going
sudden?
to be, posting a video with.
All of a sudden? Is that what you said? All of a sudden? Why do you not think that her mother is really hurt? What are you fucking talking about? This is Dre's first stream. These are her first streams responding. She didn't respond. The minute that this happened, she went quiet on the advice of her attorneys.
My mom's really hurt. And I just want to ask because eventually
All of a
I'm going to
sudden?
be,
All of a sudden? Are you joking? Why wouldn't her mother be hurt? Now you're going to insult her mother? Now you're going to act like her mother's faking being hurt?
posting a.
Can you give commentary to a single reason why you think what you think? Because every other YouTuber's doing it. Nonsense is. Queen Bee is. Everybody else out there is giving why they feel like they feel when they say something about this. You haven't. You're just making claims. You're just reacting in a negative, nasty, disgusting way. You are jealous. You're seething with jealousy.
Video with my mom. I'm just hoping that people respect her, no matter what you feel about me. Like, and that's the thing. If you love Vaughn, if you care about my.
Molly does not love Vaughn. She does not care about Vaughn. Vaughn is nothing but money to her and Letitia. It's a fact. They took off with the money. They support Letitia when Letitia ran with the money. She hasn't filed a single thing in court. She hasn't paid a lawyer anything at all. She hasn't done anything she promised she'd do. Nothing. She didn't give the money to Marvon's child. She didn't put it in escrow and say when he's 18 he can have all this money because I'm not going to use the court system to help him. Nothing. What did she do with the money? Well, guess what? Who could ask what Letitia did with all those tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars that they raised in Marvon's suicide? Who would be able to ask Letitia? Molly would. Molly would. Molly didn't care what Letitia did with the money. She didn't give a shit to see receipts. Even though when she donated to the Gabby Petito Foundation, she demanded a receipt and then attacked the Gabby Petito Foundation because she says she didn't get a receipt when every other human being that donated said they did. She's the only one that didn't get one. I think she did get one. But she attacked the Gabby Petito Foundation. She expects receipts when it comes to anywhere she gives money to. She demanded money back herself from Diane when it came to the St. Jude's fraud raiser, remember? And got her money back. She demanded a receipt. She demanded proof. She was okay with everybody else being ripped off because she got her money back, right? So she understands that you need a receipt. You have to prove yourself, or it's perfectly fine for people to believe you ran off with the money because she does it herself. But when it came to Letitia, see, she all of a sudden dropped all of her feelings about fact-checking receipts and doing what you're supposed to do with fundraiser money. All of a sudden, it's all gone with Letitia. But no, Molly didn't profit from it. Molly didn't have a reason to just let Letitia run with the money and never ask her anything. No, it's crazy if you believe that.
My children, like people acted like they did or do, then you would also not hurt.
We don't have a problem with your mother or your kids. We have a problem.
No, you have a problem with the mother and the kids. You do. You just had a problem with the mother. You're lying. And you do have a problem with the kids. Because if you didn't have a problem with the kids, you wouldn't be so nasty and disrespectful and lie about them so much. You would tell the truth about the kids. When you lie about the kids, you are disrespecting the kids. And you lied about the kids every time you opened your mouth about them. So don't sit here and get all triggered and start yelling and, baying about how you don't have a problem with the kids or mother. You've got a problem with every single one of them. You just are putting a false face on because you know there are certain things that would trigger the hell out of everybody watching. But you've conditioned people to be okay with Dre through lying. You know you wouldn't be able to get away with that when it comes to innocent people like the kids, innocent people like the mother. You wouldn't be able to get away with doing what you did to Dre when she was innocent, turning her into the demon with lies and bullshit. So, of course you're going to put on this act. You don't care about those kids. You don't care anything about those kids. How much of the money that you made because of the bullshit you said about Marvon and his family did you give to the care of Marvon? You could have gotten a hold of, you could have set it up to where it goes to pay for Marvon only, and you know it. You could have had a third-party accountant say, I'm going to give all this money I made by lying about the Letitia fraud raiser and all that stuff and Dre, and I want it to go to take care of Marvon or to take care of the kids or in an account to gain money until the kid turned 18 and can access it. You didn't do any of that. You bought your son, ironically, a car with the money. You bought yourself fancy hotel trips where you were out of your mind. Out of your mind.
I'm with you.
You don't have a problem with Dre. What is your problem with Dre, Molly? Because everything you've said is your problem with Dre has been debunked. It's why you're not going to tell us what your problem is with Dre. Tell us what your problem is. Tell us why you hold that problem. Tell us what makes you feel that way. So that we can fact check you and see if you're lying or not. Because every other thing that's come out of your mouth about Dre has been a lie.
How there will be, two parents putting each other down, or one parent bashing the other parent that takes
What is she talking about?
Child full time.
What are you talking? She's talking about parenting. She's talking about other households. How do you not follow what she's talking about? What is wrong with you? What is going on with your mind that you can't follow what Dre is saying? Everybody else can follow her easily. Does it have something to do with the same reason your eyes are moving all slow and your facial features are all, I don't know, slurry? I don't know what to say. She is on 1.5 times speed. Let's slow it back down to 1 time so you can see what I'm saying. Oh, she's jealous and salty AF that Dre returned. She's beyond jealous. Did you see that picture I pulled up? She is beyond jealous. Look at this. So here's Molly. Now look at what she did after she started watching Dre do her makeup, right? Look at her. And because Dre was doing her makeup, looking all pretty, right? Making herself look really good, right? Take a look at this one. Look at Molly, angrily, and look at Dre over here calmly and politely, professionally. Look at some of these frames of Molly. You want to tell me she's not jealous? Is that what some of you are going to say, that she's not jealous? Let's go to Dre. We'll come back to this as we watch this. But I need one more thing in the general room. Can somebody go grab me the video of Molly being arrested for stealing from that, stealing all that money from that woman in Las Vegas, her wages, where she got arrested and she's flipping out? Will you please put that in the bottom of general? Because I'm going to go between Molly's lot. Whenever Molly lies on Dre, we're going to play a clip of that. Whenever Molly attacks Dre, we're going to play a clip of that. So if you can put that in the bottom of general, you don't have to rush because we're going to watch a little bit of Dre first.
Hold on. And can you write it?
Oh, wow. Dre is actually spending time with her children. I've never seen you do that, Molly. It's weird. But do you ever hear me attacking you for your parenting? No.
Oh.
I don't need to, by the way.
I'm live now. Okay, sorry. Hi guys. Thank you for being here. I'm live on Facebook and TikTok right now.
Okay, so this is Dre's stream. I am not trying to take her content. I am transforming her content. This is a purpose of commentary, criticism, education, and everything else in the fair use article in the description. If Dre has an issue with us reacting to her content, which I understand someone like Molly just sitting there doing what Molly's doing because it's not transformative. Molly is playing what Dre is saying and she's just screaming every few minutes. Okay, I'm going to be giving full-on detailed responses to things, and I'm going to be doing it under fair use. I could take these, clip them down, bring you the clips, and do it that way. But it would still be under fair use this way or that way. So if I do that, it takes hours, and I want to be able to react to everything that's going on. I just want Dre to understand, when it comes to reaction, yes, some people are violating your copyright and they're being disrespectful to your content. I am not going to do that to you. I'm going to do this under fair use.
At the same time, I'm going to be doing my makeup for the day, but...
Thank you.
Where's the money at? What? Where is the money? What do you want?
You know, where's the video of this happening to Dre? And this is in 2019. While Molly was doing this, Dre is streaming with her family. How do people allow themselves to fall into the lie of Molly GoLightly? How do they allow themselves to sit and kiss the feet of a demon? I'm not saying Molly's the demon. Molly's a human who's being led and influenced by a demon in her entire life to be selfish, nasty, evil, and vile. It's all selfishness. It's all selfishness. There's another one. There's another video just like this, and it's Molly inside the police station. If you could grab that one too for me and put it down there, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to rush. Yeah, the one where she's on the ground kicking her feet, that's when she's inside the police station. It's easy to find. Just throw it down there. You don't have to rush or anything.
I'm going to be talking about a lot of things, so...
We're going to use the video of Molly getting arrested when we listen to Molly react to Dre. And when Molly lies and she attacks Dre and she does evil, nasty stuff, we're going to get some comic relief by watching her kick and scream and act like a child. That is after getting busted for stealing someone's wages. Just like she's doing to the people in the Letitia fundraiser. I don't care if someone grabs the money out of your pocket and pickpockets you, or I don't care if they construct a lie so that you're completely manipulated and lied to about where the money's going using tragedies, Susu victims, murmur victims, using fundraising organizations like St. Jude. I don't care if they pickpocket you. I don't care if they do those things. Both are theft. Both are fraud. Both are stealing money from you. The definition of it is to take someone's money without their consent, without them giving it to you. So if you're giving someone money because you think they're going to file a lawsuit and save a child, and they go out and party with it, they've stolen from you. I don't know how it's so hard for some people to grasp this. You don't have to grasp it for it still to be wrong and for it still to be what it is, though. You can live in your gaslit fantasy world as much as you want.
Yeah.
It's all on the Muffin Man channel. Thank you. So I can just search Muffin Man Molly GoLightly and we can have everything set up for a couple streams. Because it's going to take... I don't know if we can get through this in one stream or not, or two or three. I don't know. I think I found it. Excellent. It's all in the Muffin Man. Damn, Muffin Man's got a bunch of good stuff here. So this is the channel. I don't know if Dead or somebody will go through the... Oh, I got it. I found it. Thank you. Couch Clips has it too. And if you can find it on Muffin Man, let me know. And will someone move the Muffin Man link over to the Molly room, please? Because I'm going to need it.
But he'd be like, oh yeah, that's
Peace.
Yeah, he said the woman with the shiny necklaces went in there, handed it to her friend, put it in the bra.
loud and take away from me. And now
You want to arrest me so bad.
Yes, the only thing I wanted to do.
Is that Dre? Is that Dre? It blows my mind how some people can be manipulated by utter con men, con women, con people into believing what they believe. It's almost like they don't understand how lying works or how they understand how manipulation and theft works. Anytime somebody is going to lie to you, both sides are going to claim that the other side is lying. The liar, well, let's start with the person telling the truth. The person telling the truth is going to say, I'm telling the truth, they are lying. The liar is going to lie to you and say, they are lying. What do you do when somebody out there is lying, whether it's Dre or Molly? You look at the source information. Okay? And in this situation, we have fact-checked it for months, and Molly is the liar. All of those streams are on this channel. They're all here. Just because LB's too damn lazy to click a link and watch it doesn't mean it's not true. And you don't have to worry because I got a bunch of clips to show you to prove it too. We'll go through it. I'll pull these clips as we watch Dre talk.
Yeah. Yesterday was a very big deal coming back to social media.
I can imagine Dre. Listen to Dre's voice and her tone and her calmness around her children. And then remember what you heard from Molly, screaming and yelling, and just let's compare. So we know that Molly doesn't explain a single thing to why she feels like she does. She just says, I have a problem with you. Okay, what's the problem? Why do you have a problem? She won't say. Oh, yeah, right. Like your mother's upset. Already. Why do you think that the mother's not upset, or that Dre's lying about it, or that the mom's lying about it or faking it? Why? That is this whole stream. It's every stream from Molly. Okay? We want to know if Dre does the same thing. Does she explain herself? Or does she just make claims? The person explaining themselves, you can check, you can fact check. People making claims, we have no way to fact check Molly. She does it on purpose because she's lying.
And we're just gonna continue with life, you know, because people is cray-cray. They speak about what they do not know, and a lot of people just don't even want to hear the truth either. So it's...
They don't, because they're bad people. They're evil people. Evil people don't get to con you if they don't convince you that they're good. Liars and con men don't get to take advantage of you unless they convince you that they're a good person, that they're doing the right thing. You got to wake up, people. Could you imagine buying Molly's bullshit when it's so easy to see it? You've got someone who has a history of lying, attacking people that are the victims of tragedies, manipulating.
It's just like, you know, oh my goodness. Yes, this is my first live on TikTok since I've been gone. Yeah. So anyways.
Oh, TT is TikTok. Okay.
I'm live on TikTok. It's exo.com.
I mean, she just looks so much, she looks so good. I was going to say so much better than Molly ever has, which is true, but let me say, she looks so good. I feel so bad for what she's went through. And I mean everything. Her issue with Marvon is tragic, is very tragic. Marvon's story is very tragic. It's a tragedy, and a tragedy is, you know, this kind of tragedy is not, there isn't a person at blame. There's not a person at fault in this kind of tragedy, right? But I also feel bad because of the way that Molly and LB and Justin are treating Dre, as if they, while not trying to, they call themselves true crime, they call themselves researchers, they call themselves truth tellers. Every bit of their channel rests on the fact that they're going to tell you the truth, and everything out of their mouth is a lie, and still people will sit there because they attack people, and because people like people attacking somebody, they like the drama, they'll sit and they'll feed it.
Pray, I believe.
They're just as responsible as LB and Molly. In the beginning, no. Because in the beginning, it's very hard to find the actual evidence. So it's hard for you working. It's hard for you taking care of your family. You click Molly, and you just can't encompass, you can't realize that someone would go to that length to lie to you and manipulate you. You'd think, for what? But now you see why. All that money, right? And you believe what Molly says, because to you, why would you jeopardize your 80,000 subscriber channel by lying on someone like this, right? So you believe, but when you can type Molly's name and see every other channel debunking her while she's live, and you refuse to look at the evidence, you ignore the evidence so that you can keep this mindset, so that you can still, you know, I get it, you got some money invested in Molly and you're never getting it back. So you don't want to admit that that investment was horrible. You don't want to admit that you were wrong, or you did wrong, and you funded someone doing wrong by supporting Molly, but that's not your fault. It's Molly's fault. When you admit the truth, finally, that's when you're absolved from that responsibility of supporting Molly doing this. When you finally stop attacking Dre, or you stop funding the attacks on Dre, is when you're absolved. It's when you're not guilty. But while you're doing it, if you don't absolve yourself, you are still.
And then Facebook is Slay with Dre McCray. But I'm going to be doing my makeup, and I'm going to be talking. You know, the last few months, I've been villainized for getting dressed and putting myself together. I will never feel bad for...
The only people that would attack you for that are haters, jealous haters. That says something about them, not you, for God's sake.
Getting dressed and putting myself together.
They themselves can't put themselves together. They can't get dressed. They haven't gone out and earned good clothing and all this stuff that you're using, and they're jealous of that.
I've been through a lot of things in life. Everybody has. We're living...
It's okay. You can talk about your struggles. You don't have to feel bad about anything you say. Stop. One thing you're going to start doing more and more as you get healed from the trauma. You're still injured from it. You're still riddled by it. I know. I went through it. Not as bad as you. Not anywhere close. But I had my own trauma recently. And you have to heal. Your mind has to heal. Your mind has an open wound. just as real as a cut on your skin or a broken bone. Sometimes it'll be like broken ribs. Sometimes it'll be like your body's been crushed and you've got to heal it back together. And that's what's been happening. And you're getting there. And as you heal more, you'll be more confident. You'll be less susceptible to the lies and slander out there against you. And you'll see as more and more people stand behind you as the truth comes out. You'll see.
In Satan's world, like, there's no way that you can live this life without hardships. It's just gonna happen, right?
Right. But the level of evil out there against Dre is because of Molly and Letitia, Justin and Leslie Bass, LB. Though there are a lot of people that just trusted what they said again. And there wasn't a lot of information at the time to debunk them. I think my daughter's calling. Is that her? Okay, yeah. Let me just let Dre talk.
Right? It's not whether you're gonna go through hard times or not. It's about what are you gonna do now that you're in those hard times? What are you going to do? How you respond is going to be the outcome of how you deal with it. Because you can't, if you haven't realized that life is so unexpected, like, definitely take it from me, okay? But what you do when life takes those unexpected is you choose the emotion that you want to feel for those things, you know? I think it's gonna be good for the next, you know, I think I want to talk about my upbringing and, you know, certain things I've been through, because then that might give other people a glimpse to who I am, you know? So here we go. Let's take it back. I was in my mother's womb. No, not that far back. Pero, okay, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. This is NYX. This is, hold up, Milani. This ain't NYX. This is like Walmart. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna provide just a quick update because I am live on TikTok too. Oh my God, thank you for the.
Did you see when Justin was live talking to Marvon Sr. without Molly, and Molly jumps on? Molly gets so mad she wasn't there. Oh yeah, dude. And she just dips, just ends. Yeah, because she lost her opportunity, right? She wanted the opportunity. It's all about that cheddar cheese.
Yes. Thank you. So there's been so many lies about my family. If this is new and you haven't seen me before, then I think it might not make sense.
Listen, I'm gonna ask you to hit the like button and to share this. And it's not for me being selfish. I don't do it. I don't ask you to share it all the time. It's because I do think more people need to hear the truth about this story, if you don't mind.
But I'm going to assume that you are aware of the drama, you know? Okay, so I'm going under my eyebrow and I go...
It's hard not to be aware.
There was a person who started a rumor saying that my husband... Whoa, what are all these feathers? Did you guys see that on TikTok? All those feathers? What was that?
I think it's when someone buys like a little thing, it'll put different animations on the screen, I think.
That was cool. Hi, Wendy Mickey. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tanya.
Gray, look, I know you miss your people, but you need to take a time where you just don't engage the chat. But it's okay. I can edit it down if you choose not to.
Of May of last year. Basically my privacy, life, all that was invaded.
Your privacy was invaded because a YouTuber, along with her friends, sent people to your homes. Your mother's home, doxed you, and violated your right. They committed crimes against you while you were in this state. They do it all the time, and it's still a crime. It's still wrong. Though, to target you while you were dealing with this was so beyond wrong and so evil, they're not going to be able to live it down.
And I know there's a lot of people that say, like, well, you put yourself out there, bro.
No, that doesn't relate here. You put yourself out there, and if somebody disagrees with you or they have an issue, they can speak it. They don't have to send insane people with cameras to record your home. It's like they're spying on you. It's like someone is trying to collect data from you and spy on you so they can profit off the data. It's so gross.
People were looking at my address, my phone number.
Yeah, they
People
were.
were driving by my house. Like, how demonic is it to drive to my house with a video with your phone to record?
It is literally evil. I know you said demonic, but I get what you're saying. It's evil. It's evil. Because, like, whether you're religious or not, it's still evil. It's still wrong.
The shed in which my husband was found.
Yeah, it's demented. It's creepy. I can't even believe that people like Molly and her friends don't understand that when they do this stuff, they are creeping on people. Your kids are there. Don't say they're not creeping on your kids. This is why when Molly says, I don't have an issue with your kids, then why'd you dox their home? Why did you send strangers to record their home? You do have an issue with those kids. You can lie to your audience all you want. You're not going to lie to mine. My audience will think about it as opposed to just, eat your hay and at you, okay? That is creeping on those kids. You want to have a problem with Dre, then the things you do are going to... It's like when you go to a community and you scream on a bullhorn or you blast on your speakers or you're screaming at the top of your lungs, torturing everybody in a community. You're still torturing everybody in the community. You're still doing all those things. It's just a fact.
That's sick. That's sick.
Very sick. It's creepy sick.
It's really
sick. It is perverted, creepy sick. To creep on kids. Whoever did that for Molly, you are a creep. By definition. They want to say, I'm not a creep because of... No, you're still a creep. I don't give a shit if Molly fooled you into doing it. You should apologize and, let people know. Maybe go tell the police that you were told to do this and tricked into doing this by someone. Give some evidence to the other side. Help the other side so that they can actually go grab the person that sent you to do this, because it's not legal. But you don't care because you're still a creep. You'll not be a creep the moment that you actually do try and give the evidence that you have that you were told to do this over to authorities. That's when you won't be a creep.
That people ran with it, it's just insane. But
they were conditioned though, Dre. See, before they did this to you, they had years of conditioning a group of people, the core group of people that helped them do this stuff, and some of the people that watched them, but not all. And they spent years conditioning these people to basically buy what they're saying, believe what they're saying, and never think for themselves. They would ban people that would ask even a question that would be on the other side of thinking. And by doing that, it cultivates what's called an echo chamber. And the echo chamber is basically, you condition the people inside the echo chamber so that when you speak to them, all they're doing when they talk to you is, or talk to someone else, is repeating your echo. So if you're not hearing that person's thoughts, they're not thinking and then talking to you, they are repeating the echo from their brainwasher, their master, or in this case, their narcissistic YouTuber that's gotten in their head.
I mean, that's also not really my business either, No,
it's your business if they came to record your home, and it's your right and responsibility. Again, I don't blame you because you're dealing with your husband and children, and I understand. But it is your right to be able to press charges against people that did this to you because it protects your children. And with Marvon being gone, I do hope you start to realize that when people violate the space that your children live in, it is responsible. It's right. It's good. It is the right decision. To sue Molly GoLightly, LB, and Justin is the right decision for your family because they did take from your family. They stole from your family as much as anybody else did when they actively lied on you, were corrected, were proven wrong, ignored the evidence, and kept lying to keep the money. They had to decide, oh shit, I was lying the whole time. I was wrong. Do I go and correct myself, tell my audience? Well, they're not going to donate to me then. They're not going to be, they're going to think, I'm horrible at what I do if I do that. I'm going to make a decision to keep lying on Dre and ignore the evidence so that I can keep making money on YouTube and so that I don't lose subscribers. That's when they're being malicious. That's when they're choosing themselves over the truth and you. And that's when they're using your family to do what they're doing.
And I think that's one thing that I really had to tell myself over and over again while I was gone, knowing that so much negativity was being put out against me. I just had to remind myself, because I've always talked about positivity. I've always had good, positive messages to give. And
You have, because I watched all of your streams. And you've streamed a lot. You've built that following for years. And I watched it. And you do spread a positive message. You do spread positivity. You do try to reduce negativity, even when there's a situation around you that might not be totally positive. Marvon did too. And the children started to emulate you. And your family had a positive kind of like base state. When I look over at people that have demonized you, they don't hold that base state. They yell and scream. They lie. They steal. They manipulate. They take. They take and take and take and take. And when they get caught taking someone's wages, they act like this.
But I feel good about myself.
When they get recorded by a camera stealing someone's wages for the evening, leaving the establishment to try and spend the money that they stole, and they get arrested and thrown in a jail cell, they sit and act like an entitled child that's 3 years old and isn't given another cookie. People are trusting this woman to lead them to attack a family that has been riddled by a mental health crisis.
You wanted to just punch me in my ass with no rules. You want to kill me, don't you? Why? Why do you want to do this to me after there's nothing wrong? But I feel good about myself. That's something you can't take away from me. There's nothing you can ever say that's going to make me be like, oh no.
We know. The truth doesn't even do it. We know.
Well, I'm very proud, and
we know.
Stick to what I'm doing. You might not approve of the way I do things. I didn't ask for your approval.
We know. It's called narcissism.
Take everything I have. Take my house.
Listen to the woman that you trust to demonize a family riddled by a mental health crisis. Offer her child to get out of jail. Oh, I've heard the police they traffic kids and stuff. Take my son.
Please, everything. Take my kids.
Take my son and go traffic him. Just let me out of jail.
No, then take my kid. Just take my money, please.
You need to let her.
Take all my money, please.
No, did you not hear that? Did you not hear the person who, isn't it make sense now that she'll sit and attack Dre's children and Dre's husband while he's in a coma? Doesn't it make sense? I mean, what would you say to yourself if I told you there's a woman that exists who takes a suicide where the man is saved by his wife, saved from the suicide, and he's in a coma, and the woman attacks the children, husband, and wife constantly, sending people to their home, doxing them, threatening them, laughing at them, mocking them, making fun of them, trying to make them unhappy while they're dealing with this tragedy. Would you say then, if I said that same person offered her kid to police as an exchange so that she could get out of jail? Take my kid. Keep him. Do whatever it is that the people say you cops do with them. I've been told you cops will do this stuff. Because it's not a lie. Oh, you didn't hear it. Well, I'll play it for you again.
I do things. I didn't ask for your approval. Take everything I have. Take my house. Please, everything. Take my kid. No, then take my kid. Just
take my kid. Take my kid. Oh no, don't take my kid. You know, if they would have said, okay, we'll take your kid, she would have thought about it and said, unlock my handcuffs. It's why she attacks Christian ladies who are trying to stay positive, take care of their husband in the coma, take care of their kids.
I've always talked about what other people say about you is none of your business. You know.
What other people say about you is none of your business. What other people say about you is none of your business. I mean, it is. It doesn't have to be. In these kind of extreme situations, it must be. If somebody threatens you while you're in your own home, it is your business because you have to be able to protect your other family members if you're not thinking about yourself. I get the thought process, Dre, but it's a little bit flawed, okay? You do have to in extreme situations. When it comes to gossip, sure, they hold an opinion about you. That opinion does not mean a thing about you because if they may not know you, they may be lying about you, or they might just be ignorant or whatever. Yeah, that's none of your business because they're just making stuff up. They're just BSing. But in extreme situations, it's not only your business, it's your duty. You must. Right? Feel me? I think she's talking about gossip here. You see, Molly, this is how you understand what Dre's saying. Molly's watching this going, I can't follow anything she's saying. I don't know what you're doing to your mind before you watch the video that you can't follow it, but it's very followable. When you say, I have a problem with you, Dre, it's extremely easy to then say why. That is if you're actually commentating. If you're just going to say you have a problem with her, it's not commentary. That's a claim.
You know, and you do need to be accountable for your actions and the things that you say and all that too.
And all you got to worry about is what you say and do, because the only thing that reflects on you is what you say. When Molly talks about Dre, it reflects on Molly. When the people in her chat talk about Dre, it reflects on them. These are facts.
Did you? None of your business. And that goes for anyone and everything. It's not just me. You know, there's a lot.
I should have ironed this. I didn't take the time.
Of people that have a whole lot of toxic people in their life, you know? Or
yes, people are toxic when they allow toxic people in their life. Definitely. You put a barrier up and block toxic people. People that disrespect you, put a barrier up. Show them. You don't get access to me. If Letitia wants to see Marvon, good. Just like Dre said in the beginning. Come on and see him. This is more important than anything in the past that we've ever had an issue with, like you stealing money from us, Letitia. But when Letitia goes on the internet and starts to defraud all of the donators, raise that money and run off with it, that's when Letitia, the minute she raises any money in Marvon's name, that's when you put a barrier. You don't ever talk to her again. Unless she makes it right. Marvon Sr. shares his pay link and he makes money off of his son's suicide online. Never talk to him again. People that support those people, never talk to him again. That is completely appropriate behavior. It's not only appropriate, it's necessary. If you let people that want to raise money off of your husband's suicide around you and your husband, you're bringing toxicity to your husband, your kids, and your family. You made the right decision. You are a strong person for doing it.
Or maybe, you know, you've been bullied by other people and it's hurtful. What you have to tell yourself and remind yourself is that it is none of your business, other people's opinion about you.
I don't know who Broken Fish is. Gets on panel and asks her about the money. No. No, tell me what happened, Nick. Tell me what happened. Like, type it in the chat for me.
Because people are going to believe what they want. I mean, look, I came live yesterday.
Yeah, there are people out there that believe the earth is flat. There are people out there that believe that the sun is a giant pixie. Okay, there are people that believe the moon literally is made out of cheese. I'm not kidding. There are YouTube videos about it. There is a person that believes that when you look down on a landmass in Europe, you're looking at an actual dragon. Because there are people that are schizophrenic. There are people that are mentally unwell. There are people that are not educated, right? And those people, let them be that. They're bad people. Maybe not the mentally unwell ones, unless they're criminally bad. But the people that choose to do it, they're bad people. But when it comes to, again, someone like Molly, you have to defend your family. Go get your money from her through a lawsuit and use that money to take care of the kids, right?
Yesterday to give people like, please stop asking to mod. Oh, I don't know how it works on TikTok, dude. I'm new. Okay. My grandmother said the same thing to me all my life. What others think of you is not your business. Yeah. Hi, Danny.
Thank you, Diane. Oh my goodness, I love that little thing. Doesn't it look cool?
Was like, I guess I'm gonna try to speak about God with the evil eye on your nails, da-da-da. I guess I'm gonna try to look past that and try to hear your message. You know, I got so many comments about my nails. Dude, I've been getting my nails done for years, okay? And I'm also a very expressive person. That's...
You don't have to... Dre, this is why you should ignore your chat. Someone that would come into your chat while you're talking about this stuff and make that kind of point either doesn't know what's going on or they're just weird or something. They're trolling. I don't know.
It's just nothing. I got make you feel good. They hear Duke going through something hard. Take care of yourself. But then it's like whenever you do take care of yourself, then people have a problem.
If you need the link, let me know. If you want the link to this stream, if you don't have TikTok or something, we can get it for you.
Oh, well, you must not be suffering. Oh, you're guilty. Something must be going on because you're happy.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. You have to be happy around your kids. You have to. I don't want to talk about it. When it happened with my son, I had to go in front of the other kids and I had to stay positive and be happy. Right? It's almost impossible. You got to dip out when you're getting upset and stuff. But anyone that would say something like that, again, is either ignorant or they don't know the details or they're evil. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just, you can't and you probably shouldn't. And I've told other creators this, especially when you're talking about something important. The worst thing you can do is read your chat. It's the worst thing you can do. They're going to take away from what you're saying.
I mean, like what? It's just, it's weird, but I feel like that's such a good example to follow no matter what you go through.
Yeah, you have to, you know, like what happens if I don't know, like there's a meteor bearing down and about to hit. Do you sit there and start screaming and crying in front of your children, or do you get down and say, look at me, smile, sing a song, right? Really? Like, you know, like I guess it depends on the kind of person you are, but the people that stay strong in front of their kids throughout something like this aren't bad people. They're the good ones.
I'm
right?
not the only person that has gone through hard times. And
you are allowed to admit and say that you're going through a hard time. You're allowed to take money from people that want to give it to you to help you right now. You are allowed, as long as you're being honest with people, and no, you don't have to answer to them, but you do need to be honest with them. As long as you are, you can do these things and you are fine doing it. People that would judge you right now are not doing the right thing.
there are
Thank you, Diana.
so many people. I don't know how, but this guy just popped up in my newsfeed. Apparently his wife has an anoxic brain injury due to COVID and complications with that.
Oh no.
And the video that he posted of her, it was like, wow. It was, you know,
Molly, how do you not follow what Dre's saying, by the way? What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Something wrong, Molly? Because you can't follow what Dre is saying? You just said you can't follow. What is she talking about? I can't follow her. Why can't you follow her, Molly? Is it because you're too busy, like, trying to get out of this situation like you were here?
Take everything I have. Take my house. Cleanse everything. Take my kids.
Is that just like this one? Just like you're trying to get out of this knowing how wrong you are? Are you trying to put up a front in front of your audience and make them think that you didn't lie? Is that what this is all about? Like this whole big act you're doing? I can't follow her. I can't hear words and then think of what they're saying. I can't think. I can't process words. I'm Molly.
It was comforting and nice to see that even if someone is in the condition that they're in, it doesn't mean that you love them less or they're not owed a chance of life.
You should smile while you're with Marvon right now. You should make it, if you can, you should do it. You know, you should cherish it. Cherish it while you have it, right? There's nothing wrong. You don't have to explain this. These people have made Dre feel like. Listen to how evil, how narcissistic, gaslighting, lying, attacking they are to make her think that she should have to explain why she's trying to stay smiling and happy and positive around her family going through this. That is a given. You did the right thing and you should be proud of it. For every hater, for every narcissistic hater out there, there are 100 people that are behind you. And it's just a fact. If you've looked at their live streams, if you've looked at what they're saying and doing, if you've seen the amount of people that have turned on them, they have been crying on streams that they've deleted, saying that I'm losing 150, 200 members a month. I'm going to quit YouTube because, like, I'm not making any money. Once the truth was out, people left them. People have left them in droves since you did your stream. It's why I was wanting you to come back as soon as you could. Completely understanding if it would have taken 2 years. Completely understanding no matter how much time it took, I wanted you to come back when you were ready so that it would show the truth to people. Just seeing the way they talk and act. Just seeing the way Justice for All or Justin acts and talks and judges and thinks. Guess what that dude did? The same dude that judges you tried to unblur the body of Kylie Rodney. And her body was nude. Her body was naked. And he tried to unblur her body on a live stream and see her, a minor. That's a true thing he did. A true thing. LB is one of the only other people that have been bashing you and leading people against you. She's a vet basher. She is a liar, a pathological liar and a vet basher. Right? The people that do this to you aren't good at wearing their second face.
My husband, yeah, right now he's very disabled and he's alive. The fact that people could even, I thought it was so clear that
Sunshine says Molly would never pay $11,000 a month for her husband or child's medical care. Never. Molly didn't want Dre to pay for Marvon's medical care. Letitia didn't want Marvon Sr. did not want Dre to do it. Dre went into her family's savings, her children's savings, their college funds, and used money everything she could. And I'm sure she still has money put up for their colleges, but she used as much money as she could so that she can pay $11,000 a month to have Marvon cared for this whole time. And when she comes back and says, I have to go back to work, it's been a year, Marvon is going to keep his treatment. Molly called her an e-beggar when Dre didn't ask for anything. She literally didn't share a pay link, didn't tell people to donate, didn't tell people to give her money. All she did was say she's going to go back to work and earn money to take care of him. The opposite of e-begging, while Molly, in the same stream, e-begged her audience to join the channel. And she did it, it was e-begging because she was trying to tell them, you have to join my channel, join my channel. She didn't just say, if you want to support me, join my channel. She was telling them they had to. She was e-begging. When you follow a liar, it means you're a fool. That's the definition of a fool. Someone that lies and someone who is fooled by liars, someone who follows liars, someone that's easily duped. The people following Molly aren't people that you want to be around or clap for or hang out with, I'm telling you.
You couldn't trust certain people that are putting content out, but I guess, you know, things that people say hold weight, and so that travels around.
No, Dre. Yeah, that it does, but they lied. Letitia, Molly, LB, and Justin got together and they kept lying. They kept trying to say you were doing things to motivate Marvon, even though the police cleared you on that in multiple investigations. Even after they knew the police cleared you, they still said it. They went up and said you were poisoning your kids. They said you poisoned your dog. They said that you had murdered him. She said, I know you killed your husband, and then deleted it. When people said, stop doing this, it's evil, they would dox people. When people want money back, they would dox people. And yes, I have all these video clips ready for you. Oh, you don't believe me. You don't believe me that I got it. Here's one.
You love it here? I'm glad to have you here, Deanne. It was said you put a picture of a Patreon's house and used it as a thumbnail?
Because the patron called you out, found out what you did. What'd you do? What'd you do? Tell us.
Really? Who? Whose house? Whose house? And what's the, wait. What's the bigger question? What did that girl do to me?
Thanks for admitting it. You deleted it right after because you wanted as little of your audience to see this as possible and everything. But thanks for admitting it.
So the girl admitted that it was her house.
No, you're not. No, and you're not talking to the girl.
Girl, you need to clean that place up.
Not only does she dox her, when someone who's angry, one of her supporters is angry about it, most likely one of her patrons, because this happened very quickly after she did it, right? You feel me? So she just admitted to doing it and then is happy she did it. And yes, this is during the whole Dre thing. And then she makes fun of the person using the house. And it wasn't even a bad house or anything. It wasn't even messy or anything. It was just a normal looking house. And of course, she does that so that her audience will bully that person. Will also go at that person. She doxes them like she doxed Dre. Well, what happened when she doxed Dre? Oh yeah, people went to Dre's house. See, are you getting the picture yet? No, I'm happy you guys pay for her patron. Because that's going to be you. You're going to get this feeling in the pit of your stomach once you get some facts in front of you. And every time you hear Molly lie, it's called cognitive dissonance. As it wears off, all the brainwashing and all the tactics Molly uses starts to wear off on you once. What does that? What makes cognitive dissonance wear off? facts, evidence, truth. And it's everywhere right now. And Molly's patrons and Molly's supporters and Molly's viewers are starting to see all of this, and it's wearing off the cognitive dissonance. And then you're going to want to leave. Because as you watch her and you start to realize how deep you are in this, you're going to want to leave. Then she's going to dox you. Because she'll do it. She did it to me. She'll do it to anyone. Who does she do it to the most? People that give her money and then stop giving her money. Why? So that it motivates other people that give her money not to stop. See how this works? See how bullying and intimidation and lying and extortion works on people?
But I just think that anybody who hears an update on my family that's not coming from me, take it with a big grain of salt.
I would just laugh, because how would they get any information, right? How would they know?
Because there's been so much misinformation that's been put about me. Me having a lawyer, like that was the big deal.
No, you said you had a lawyer. I'm sorry, you said you had a lawyer. I have the video clip. Maybe you don't have a lawyer, and maybe you were so upset when you said it you don't remember it. I completely get that. But you did say you had a lawyer.
What is she guilty for? Why is she got a lawyer? Like, what?
Oh, you mean in the very beginning? Oh, I see. Never mind. Okay. No, I know what she's talking about. She's right here. They threatened to go to her mom's house when Dre and the kids were staying there. Due to the threat, Dre and the kids had to leave. Yes. I even believe the mother left, but it's been a while, so I could be wrong there. You know, a little bit of it's hazy. I'm still maintaining the most of it. So she's talking in the very beginning. She's not talking after she started to be stalked and harassed and went to the cops. Okay, I get it.
I don't have a lawyer, but even if I did get one, it would be smart with the cow.
You said you had one later, like you did, one of your last streams, but that's fine. Maybe you misspoke. Who knows?
Caliber and the extent of what was happening online, you know?
Maybe she's lying now. Maybe she's lying now. Or maybe she just didn't mean it when she said it. I don't know. Sometimes people will lie about having a lawyer so they can surprise people that they're engaging with. Maybe not. You know, I guess it just doesn't matter. I don't remember her ever saying she had a lawyer. I remember her saying denying having a lawyer. She did deny having one, but later on said that she either was getting one or had one. I have the clip. Well, I mean, I can play it later, but it's one of her last streams. One of the final ones.
Turn off invites for this live. Okay. Decline. There we go.
When they initially went to see Marvon, Dre thought Wynette was Letitia when they first showed up, and she even called you and left a message and apologized, ignored her call. Or you didn't mean call me, right? She didn't call me, but maybe I read that wrong. And even she called you and left a message and apologized? Called me? Yeah, she don't have my number. I mean, if she would have called, I would have talked to her, you know? She's not typically truthful. It's whatever story fits best to make her look best. Who are you talking about? Because that's not true with Dre. Sorry. Oh, Wynette. Okay, typo. I know, infamous. That's what I was trying to figure out. You mean Wynette, right? Okay, she called Wynette. Yeah. She called Wynette, and Wynette ignored her. Oh, yeah. And that shows you how much Wynette, Marvon Sr., and Letitia tried to be in Marvon's life and in his son's life. You know? And that was mostly Marvon. You know, we've got video after video after video of Dre arguing with Marvon. And they're saying to each other, Dre is saying, no, I want you to be able to see your family. I'm not going to stop you from seeing your family. Do what you want to do. Marvon had the issue. And we've played these clips. Marvon, Dre, and I don't know if it's in this video. Oh, son of a B. Hold on, let me pull it back up. Or that one. You see that one that popped up when I closed that? One of those videos, she says, hold on, I got to pull this back up. Damn it. It'll save where we were watching. Don't worry. I misclicked. See how easy it is? All right, there we go.
She got a lawyer. Like, what?
Okay, hold on.
What? I don't have a lawyer, But even if I did get one, it would be smart with the caliber.
Trying to remember what I was saying. I lost track.
And the extent of what was happening online, you know?
Yeah. You should have a lawyer. You're crazy if you don't, number one. You should actually take some action, a cease and desist even. You know, these things are, again, when you say that people, maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she doesn't know, right? Yeah, now, definitely, Lauren. Someone needs to talk to this woman. Because someone needs to know how much she knows and doesn't know. Because a lot of the information about who did what, I would think she wouldn't know. Because a lot of it came from me, nonsense, and other people. And you know she's not watching us. She doesn't know who we are. I don't even know how much she uses YouTube because she's a Facebook and TikTok influencer. And one of the major things about her having a lawyer would be if she knows that someone is constantly sending people at her family and her home, she can stop them from continuing it very easily. All you need is the video right here of Molly doxing her. Right here, this video. How is this possible? Justice for Vaughn. Here's the shed, okay? And I have the video. I'll show you some some images from it. But I'm going to be careful because it is a dox.
In the shed. She found him in the shed. She cut him down and found him like that. And finally.
Hold on, let me open it with my other player real quick. Open with using. Gonna let me use that. Okay. Open with. We'll just use this. Why not?
In the shed. She found him in the shed. She cut him down.
I don't like using this when it lags up. Okay. So this is Molly sending a person. I showed this the other day. Let me get it on. Let me get a couple frames up that you can see. To dox Dre's. This is Dre's privacy fence, and this person. This is Molly's actual video, by the way. Molly sent this person to Dre's home. They walked through up to the privacy fence, hold the camera up, and film the shed. The shed is in this video. Now, Molly deleted this when she realized that it was a full-on dox, a privacy violation, and that she could get sued. She could lose her whole channel, and she just deleted this. But when you have somebody doing, like, she kept saying people were driving by her house. People were coming into her home. And it makes me think that she may not know that that came from Molly GoLightly. That Molly has video after video of admitting, like Molly is live saying, hey, if someone out there can go to Dre's home and film it, like she said this stuff live. We have every clip, you know? And what I can do is after Dre has time to kind of get herself together more on the air and through her job, we can get an entire Google Drive together where she can see these clips. And it's why the archivists are very important, because they make sure that every video that's broadcasted is recorded. That way, if it's deleted, which Molly deletes a lot, she's deleted so many millions of views in the last couple weeks. You can just go look on Social Blade at Molly's channel and see every Dre video's gone. And when she would dox somebody, when she would dox Dre, when she would show Dre's home, she would delete it. So the archivists take that. They not only record and archive the entire stream, but then they take the most important clips and put them into a very small format, because you can't really, like, if you have a 2-hour stream, it has to be clipped down to what matters from that stream. Dre just needs those clips, and there's 100 of them. She would immediately know who it is that sent people to her home, who it was that doxed her, who it was that lied on her, which lies came from where. All of this has been already tracked and proven. So the issue is Dre wouldn't know this unless Dre was following specific channels. You know? Like, I don't think she's watched Molly. I'm pretty sure somebody has talked to her. Probably has friends or viewers that she's kept in contact with, and they've been updating her on things. But I doubt that she knows the specifics, because I'm telling you, if she knew the breadth of the, like, do you really think she has this video clip where Molly, Letitia, and Justin are stealing the money literally from the fundraiser? Oh, listen to this.
Yes.
How do you feel about these things that are coming out about your son being denied his own money?
Hey, who's that? Hey.
And his phone being taken away?
Dre said she doesn't watch anything. Her close friends only tell her what she needed to know. There you go. So when Dre finally sees these clips, she's going to get a lawyer. She's going to. Because Dre may not realize it. She'll be $100,000 richer, guaranteed. Guaranteed. The people out there who did this to her have money that comes in every month. Even if they protect what they've made, they're going to have to either stop YouTube and stop all that money coming in, because it'll be going to Dre, right? If they don't want to pay Dre, they're going to have to stop YouTube, because Dre will own their YouTube checks for the next 5 years.
I'm sorry, I gotta ask.
Yeah, we know you got to ask, even though his son just committed suicide. When back when all this happened, I thought the reason you asked Letitia and Marvon Sr. this stuff was because you were extremely uncouth, like you were extremely rude. Now I know the reason that you asked them this stuff is because they didn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's just another blow. I don't know if she was in it for the money to try to.
How fucking dare you? Right after your son gets saved by her, you say this about her on their channels, making them money. Dre should never let you or Letitia around those kids and around that family ever again. You are a malicious person.
I don't know. I just hope that when it all comes out, they just put a freeze on this money. And
he hopes that they put a freeze. This is Marvon Sr. on his son's money. A son he's never raised. He never spent time with. No interaction with. But he can go on a YouTube channel now and want a freeze on money that is raising the grandson, Raza, that's raising the other children that Marvon considered his own. Like, this is some evil shit, guys. And I don't think Dre knows how far it goes. I think she's been protected from this. Because knowing this, while she's grieving it through this whole thing, wouldn't it send anyone into even more of a depression, even more of a sadness? Right?
don't do nothing with it until they really get to the bottom of it. That's all.
That's illegal. That's illegal. Unless she's charged with a crime, it's not your right to want that. Like, why wouldn't you have gone to the police before going on a channel? They treated this like a true crime story. But the problem is, so did his mom and dad. The people who signed rights away at 1 year old. So I don't know whether you'd call them that or not, is up to you. But bio mom and dad treated this as if Dre was already guilty, already being investigated, already charged by the cops. And we now know that that police report says the opposite. She was cleared every time. She had been cleared multiple times before he said this. No. Letitia did say that she was talking about a probate lawyer as a lawyer, supposedly as if there was a probate lawyer. She was thinking about it. It was to get conservatorship. Well, yes, true. But you also need a probate lawyer to go after Marvon's money. And you also need a conservatorship. You need to have power of attorney to go after Marvon's money. So hearing the father saying they need to put a hold on his money so that she can't spend it on herself and the kids while they take care of Marvon. She can't spend it on Marvon's medical care while he's still alive in a hospital, right? And you need a conservatorship to do that. You need a conservatorship then, after Dre's been investigated, to go and take everything. Because if once you get Marvon, then you can petition for his money from Dre. because you have to take it from Dre because she has a right as the wife to that money. And a judge has to say, well, Dre is being accused of this crime, or Dre's being charged with this, or Dre's been found guilty of this. So because of that, she's not going to get to keep the money. Y'all are, because she's the criminal and she killed him, or she tried to kill him, or she tried to drive him to suicide so she could keep his money or something. That's the narrative they wanted you to think. But if they were trying to tell you the truth, these people, instead of just playing the body cam footage, would have read you the police report that came with it. And that police report says Dre was cleared many times before this even. And I have clip after clip after clip after clip of all of this garbage. But I want you to see this one for people. This is just in case people in here may have never seen this. So let me play this while I'm grabbing it.
Excuse me? What is this? I still haven't heard a reason.
You are shaming people who have asked for a refund. That's enough to be shameful.
Or why they haven't gotten one? No matter what their reason is, there's a reason why a refund. No, it's a donation.
It's a donation.
It's a donation.
Get it.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What don't you understand? A refund is an option. It's called a donation.
Every bit of this convinced people that Dre committed a crime when she's been cleared and didn't. Keep the information, the truth that she's been cleared from those people. Then have the bio mom come in, because people won't donate to Molly, Leslie, or Justin that much money. If they take money saying they're going to sue to get Marvon, it's not going to motivate money out of people. Go get a family member who didn't raise Marvon, doesn't know Marvon, tried to scam Marvon, have them come on your show and do a huge fundraiser for them. Now, why do I think that all of these people were involved with the fundraising of Letitia? Because all of them not only defended it, lied about it, withheld information about it, but all of them also let Molly dox people. They let Molly dox people in Letitia's name because they had some kind of stake in Letitia's money.
Well, guess what, motherfucker? You will get your refunds. Aaron Kovac from Hamilton, right? I got your fucking address. And guess what? All you motherfuckers, let me print. I'm actually going to print.
They would have jumped on that police footage and police report immediately if they were concerned about Dre doing something to Marvon. They would have also read you the police report if they were concerned with the truth. They wouldn't have just shamed and made fun of Dre while playing the body cam footage. That body cam footage was not a true crime body cam footage. It was a suicide victim's body cam footage. And they decided they were going to shame somebody because their husband succumbed to a mental illness and attempted his life. They shamed Dre, who had nothing to do with it, made fun of her. She had nothing to do with it. And these are the things that her friends most likely protected her from. They most likely didn't want her to see Molly acting this way. If Dre knew about these clips, if Dre knew the breadth of what happened to her, she would have to sue because she would want to protect her family. She would sue because she knows that her kids might search the internet and see this. No, her kids are guaranteed to search the internet for her father's name. And when they do, they're going to see all of this. At some point, they will get curious enough to go look at what people are saying about their father and mother. And they're going to see all of this. And I hope to God they find my videos too. Because my videos shows you both sides. I'll show you them lying. I'll show you the truth from the police. I'll show you the full truth. I didn't show the body cam footage because there was no value in it. It was a woman just devastated by her husband's suicide. So there was no value unless I want to shame Dre in showing it. They did want to shame Dre. What I did was show you the police report, the pages of it that proved Dre innocent of many investigations, detailed, hardcore investigations, that they were investigating to see if she was involved in murmur, if she was involved in driving him to Susu, if she was involved in abusing the kids in any way. Very hardcore investigations that are done against criminals were done against Dre because of these people lying. And if Dre knows that the reason they came in and investigated so many times is because she lied to a big group of people who filed the reports on purpose to make money, knowing she's lying, I do think Dre would sue.
Hold on. But you're going to wait for your money.
This person is who people trusted for the truth. This person.
Tonight at 8:42, while I was on with Justin, said this is not a sale. As Aaron noted, it was donation for Justice for Vaughn.
Yes, it was a fundraiser for Letitia. They can get a refund if they want. Do you know why? When you sell something or tip someone something, you're giving the money away. You made a choice to give that money to a person that you knew would do what they want with it. You were given the choice. When you say that the money is going to a fundraiser to save the grandson and to save Marvon, if you don't file in court and spend that money on that, that money still belongs to the donator because they only chose for that money to go to Justice for Marvon. You would need to refund all of it and then say, okay, Justice for Marvon, suing in court to save him isn't happening. So do you want to still give me the money back? Go ahead. You didn't give him the option. That's why it's stealing. That's why it's a fraud raiser. You did not give them the correct info. You lied. Then you apply doxing tactics, intimidation tactics to try and influence people not to ask for a refund. You broadcasted those tactics live so that people in the audience that would want a refund due to the information that came out, the truth, the proof that came out showing you lied, you knew that they would all want refunds. They did. And to stop them, she went live and doxed people that wanted refunds. That way, other people that want refunds are going to say, I can't afford to be doxxed. I'm just going to have to let them keep the money. It was all, everything that you watch them do, you have to ask yourself, why did they do that? It doesn't make sense. It's not true. It's not real. It's a lie. Why did they really do it? And if you say to yourself, they did it to keep the fundraiser money every time, you look at any clip, it answers the questions every time. It doesn't just answer one question, it answers every question. It solves everything. They did it to make the fundraiser money. They did it to keep the fundraiser money.
That was forwarded to the family.
I don't even know what this is. I mean, I've already said that I'll debate Molly, but Molly has to agree to it, and we can get it going.
Clearly stated donation. No normal person asked for a refund.
They donated under false pretenses, therefore they deserve refunds. Molly and company knowingly committed fraud. Exactly. The definition of fraud. I'm not saying criminal fraud. I don't know the law, but the definition of fraud, that was done. That happened. Now, those people said, I want my money back. I didn't give my money to Letitia. I gave my money to get Marvon, helped by a court. You don't just need to go hire a lawyer. In order to keep my money, you got to pay that lawyer every dime. Then you've got to use that lawyer to sue in court. Then you've got to come to Molly's channel and update us and tell us how the lawsuit's going. You need to be honest. You need to show us the paperwork. We need to be able to go to the public record and see everything that's happening so that we know you're telling the truth. Right? That's why they would keep saying, Letitia got a lawyer, because in their mind, if Letitia got a lawyer, they could keep the money. That was their excuse. Letitia has a lawyer. Now I can keep the money. Right? That's what they thought. That's what they were trying to pull. That was the grift. That was the con. Letitia isn't supposed to get a lawyer. She's supposed to give every dime of that money to a lawyer, use that lawyer to sue in court and succeed in justice for Marvon, or to fail trying. All of the money goes to that. Let's say that you got justice for Marvon and it only cost $6,000. You know what you do with the other $80,000? Give it back. Or you put it into an account in Roz's name, Marvon's son's name. If you're so mad at Dre and you're so hateful to Dre that she can't have the money she deserves raising Raza, then put it in an account so that when Raza turns 18 or when he turns 16, you know, you can even have a accountant type person only use that money to pay for Raza's car when he turns 16, Raza's clothing throughout his life, Raza's this. You can make specifics that only Raza or only the 3 kids. There is no world where Molly or Letitia or anyone else should be touching your donation money. That's a fact.
From a grieving party. Disgusting.
Oh no, I will gladly debate Molly. I will gladly debate any relevant person. So if somebody proves they know what they're talking about and they have their opinion straight in this and they're being honest, that's what they feel, I'll debate them.
This was a charitable donation stated. And you want to know something? PayPal is going to side.
PayPal did not side with you and Letitia. I have proof of this. I even have you proving this. But PayPal sided with the donators. It's a fact. PayPal said that they looked at the evidence and that they agree that refunds should be given. So did Cash App. I almost did it again. So did Venmo.
With that person and give the $100, but I want them to fucking wait. Because you know what? I don't mind.
Well, then why do you want them to wait? It's not your money. It's their money. You're committing a crime making them wait to get their money back. You're not allowed to do that to people. This is why you should never run any type of fundraiser, any type of thing where it involves you touching money ever. This is hard proof to that. This just happened. This was just X amount of months ago. Not a year. This was X amount of months ago. Okay. 10, 11, I don't know. I have to look at the calendar, but
giving back your low life fucking donation.
Low life. See, now when they started begging for the donations at first, do y'all remember it? Oh, we're going to be transparent. We're going to offer refunds. This is only for justice for Marvon and a lawyer and da-da-da-da and Raza and da-da-da-da. Right? Well, we have the video clips if they want to say it didn't happen, because they constantly do lie. I'm proving Molly a liar right now. She'll say that she never doxed anybody. She never tried to keep refunds. She never siphoned the money out of the account.
See what he wrote? She said that it was. Did you look what he wrote? Look what he wrote.
You did say that they could have refunds, and you have to if it's a fundraiser anyway. It doesn't matter if you say it. If it's not them choosing to give the money up, as in, I'm going to support your show. I'm going to tip you because I like your band. I'm going to tip you because you're a good waitress. I'm going to give you this money because you look cool or something. They can ask for the money back, but you can keep it, right? Because they gave the money, permanently gave the money. A fundraiser is only giving money to make something specific happen.
Let me show it again. Look what he wrote. I'm totally fine, but you're going to wait.
Why? They wanted a refund. You said you're fine with refunds, but this one person, because they asked, has to wait? They asked nicely. They didn't type nothing wrong. Shit.
These people who ask for refunds are such idiots. No, what's going to happen is Letitia is going to release everybody's fucking name and all their information, and it's going to be on Katie's fucking hands. I don't give a fuck. Let me show it again. Look what he wrote. And all their information. These people who ask for refunds are such idiots. No, what's going to happen is Letitia is going to release everybody's fucking name and all their information. And it's going to be on cable.
Letitia did do that. You and Letitia did do that. This is you saying you're going to do it. Everybody came forward and proved you did it. How did you get the docs from people when Letitia's accounts? Unless you had access to those accounts and the money, which if you did, ooh, that's big. Or Letitia gave it to you. We know that either those accounts were actually held by you, or Letitia gave you all of that financial information, which is, again, illegal. You can't run a fundraiser, gain people's names and addresses from it, and when they ask for a refund, dox them. And you know who you doxed them to? Oh, I'll remind you, Molly. You doxed them to a group of people that have been working with you for years. And after you dox somebody, those people threatened them with sock accounts. And they harass them. See, when you dox somebody like this one time, it's hard for you to get caught. Right? That's my child, I'm sorry. You know, the ones that Molly says I don't have. It's fucking this is hilarious. Oh my god. Somebody donated. Let me check it real quick.
Bubba.
Navy. We got a big one, bro.
Oh, I know. I've been listening, man. I had to, after work, I had to run by and pay a bill and then run to the grocery store. And I've been listening the whole time.
Good,
and I heard nonsense earlier today when she did the review of Dre's lives.
An individual, I don't want to share your name, unless you tell me I can, says, thank you so much for your research, commentary, and time invested in your channel. Enjoy a few Red Bulls. Thank you. I really appreciate your channel. Thank you also. No need to thank me. I am blessed and love to bless people. Okay. Well, I know, but I still want to thank you. I'm not going to say your name or anything like that. Thank you, though, okay? You are very kind and generous, definitely. The money will go to me continuing to do content. That's all it'll do. Okay. Yeah, Navy. This is a depressing, sad story, you know. This is depressing and sad. This is hard, you know. But we're prepared for it, right?
Oh, it is. It is.
We're ready for this. Well, this is what we've been studying for, bro, for all this time.
Well, and here's the thing. The thing that I love, right? The thing that I love is for the longest time we have had to sit there and kind of say, well, this is probably what's going on, right? And we're pretty sure this, that, and the third. And now that Dre is out talking about it and plans to continue to talk about it and put stuff out there, it just confirms everything. And one thing I love, because everyone's like, oh, maybe she has a lawyer. We've been thinking maybe she had a lawyer and stayed off social media. No, she just decided to do it. She just decided to do something that Molly and the rest of those chuckle fucks couldn't do, which was just ignore social media and ignore them. And you know that it has them that chaps that ass a little bit.
Definitely. I was under the impression she had a lawyer, and I'm extremely sad that she didn't, or that she doesn't, and I hope she rectifies that. Listen, Dre, the lawyer, you don't have to do a single bit of work, right? You don't have to. And you don't have to pay for it. Other people will. Okay? People will make sure that the account that you have for that lawyer has enough money in it at all times, okay? And you go tell that lawyer, I am busy. You go out on the internet, go look at all the people who talked about me. You go look at all the stuff out there that talked about Marvon, people that doxed me, people that violated my rights, and I want you to bring legal, civil, and criminal charges to the best of your capability to rectify my rights that have been violated by these people. And you can go sit at home. Just sit at home. and let them work. If they call you and they say, we've used all the money and we're making good progress, I promise you, everyone will make sure enough money is in that account to keep it going. Because in the end, your family was used by 10 to Life, a channel that already has 100 and some thousand views. That's a lot of money off of a complete lying narrative that there's no way 10 to Life didn't find videos. If she looked at videos about this, there is no way 10 to Life didn't find videos that showcase the proof. She had to have seen them and purposely skipped them so she could put her interesting, snappy little narrative out there, right? Molly doxed you and your children and Marvon. She went to people, the opposite family that was trying to destroy your life, and allied with them, knew she was lying from the beginning, took their lies, took their bullshit, used their names, lied about them. She acted like Letitia was Marvon's mother. She never sat and told people that she had signed his rights away at 1 year old. She never told people about Letitia's criminal charges, where she was taking all this money and all these different situations from people. She never told the truth about Letitia being whatever it was, that traumatic event that Marvon constantly talked about that happened to him down in Letitia's care, that made him never want his children to ever go through what he went through when he was with Letitia. You never told them any truth. You hid it. And when channels came out just weeks into this, and they corrected you, they put the truth out, they showed hard evidence, Molly decided to keep lying so she could keep raking in the money. And did you hear when Dre first appeared, part of Molly's screeching, jealous freakout was her screaming, I'm going to give more money to Letitia. I'm going to give more money to Letitia. Did you hear that?
No, I missed that part, but it does not surprise me. That is crazy. This woman who we know for a fact is just attacking Dre for no reason. Because there was something earlier I think you had showed. Oh no, it was Nonsense had shown where she had gone on to the Facebook group, Letitia did, and she was the reason why like CPS and all them got called, was because Letitia went on the Facebook group and was talking about going, and then also she had shown the address of the damn hospital.
Yeah, Letitia doxed her. How do you think Molly got Letitia's address to send people there and film? And Molly did that. There was a bunch of stuff that came out, and we're going to see it all for ourselves. Let me make sure you can see this. Okay, you can. Let's. This part's really important, people. Molly will still tell you that Letitia deserves money in Marvon's suicide's name. Like I said, when she saw that Dre was live, pulled it up and screamed how she was going to give more money to Letitia. And again, you got to ask yourself why every time. Because she wanted her audience to. Molly has a very... Oh shit, this is going to crash because I shared it. Let me do this. Molly has a very interesting relationship with Letitia, guys. They have such a close relationship. Listen to this. Okay, now, maybe I'm going to tell you what it says. I'm only playing 3 seconds.
Okay. People who ask for refunds are such idiots. No, what's going to happen?
No, what's going to happen
is Letitia
is
going to release everybody's fucking name.
Everybody's effing name. God, you're vile.
And all their information.
And all their information.
And it's going to...
Letitia did that. Gave it to Molly. That's why people who wanted refunds got doxxed by Molly's little targeted harassment group. That's why people went after the people wanting refunds. And the majority of people wanting refunds, as we all know, were the people who what? Were the people who gave the most money. They were protecting some kind of investment. In the beginning, I used to sit here streaming and I'd say, I can't figure out why Justin and LB won't call Molly out for this stuff. I can't figure out why they're okay with the refunders. That's what I call the people that ask for refunds who were doxxed. The refunders or the dono gals. Justin and LB hid the fact that Letitia gave Molly their private details, address, names, financial details, and Molly doxed and harassed them with her group. Why would anybody do that for Letitia? Wouldn't it be Letitia doing it? Why would Molly even know about it unless she's involved? Well, she was. Because we've watched, the reason I'm saying Molly did it is because she did it live. I showed you the clips. Now, if you aren't getting any money out of Letitia and all of those tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars she got, why would you do this? You know, we always ask that question, Navy. I think we all know why now, you know?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, we understand, like, it was, and it's also, well, because we know that Molly has this hatred of beautiful, successful women who have amazing families, right?
Especially blondes.
And so, especially blondes. And the thing is that her giving money to Letitia was her way of trying to drive the knife deeper into not only Dre, but also Marvon. Because they know the relationship between Marvon and his birth mother, right? And knows this and does it on purpose. And this is the woman who Molly knows started attacking Dre on Facebook before even coming to YouTube. That's the reason why Dre didn't want her to come see Marvon. It was because she was going to let her come see. And we saw this because Dre explained it to everybody, right?
Well, she did. She did let him.
Until I saw what you did on
Molly's channel. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And until I saw what you said on social media, now I don't want you anywhere around us because you're spreading lies.
So we know that this group of YouTubers willingly lied, willingly protected Letitia's money at the cost of their own channels, because YouTube could step in at any time while they were doing this. They didn't, but they could have. They were violating TOS massively. Well, I'll show you one of the biggest TOS violations I've ever seen. I play it a lot, but today it's just so appropriate.
It's turned off.
Now, I can actually share this one with Navy, but Navy's going to be like, oh my God, this is the 400th time Uni's played this. We have some people in the chat. Yeah, go ahead.
Care if Nick up in a little bit?
In a little bit, yeah, definitely. We can open the panel. We'll go down to gaming, or we'll pull people up here after. You know, I want to react to this, and then we'll bring people in if that's cool. And awesome, we can do a whole stream with Nick. You know what I'm saying? We can do a whole stream with other people too. Okay, so if we take a look here, everybody, this is the most famous clip. This is the clip that if Dre saw, she would know that Letitia and Molly and Justin and even LB all worked to protect an investment in Letitia's money. Whatever it was. Oh my God, did I crash it by moving it?
It's turned off.
Great.
Okay.
Hope says...
Okay, and then...
Hold on. Hope says... in one of MGL's chats, called Dre entitled to return to social media to earn money and get a job, then constantly called her a liar. And again, those people that are doing this, it's not like when you guys, I think this is my kid. Maybe you're going to have to talk. Nope, it's not my kid. But can you talk to the chat for 2 seconds, please?
Sure can. I sure can. So this is what I want them to explain to me, right? Explain this to me. How is someone returning to work? Work is social media for her. It's just like a YouTuber coming back to do YouTube or whatever. How is her returning back to work after spending countless months paying $11,000 a month out of her own money? She didn't e-beg. She didn't do a GoFundMe. She didn't do anything. Her coming back to work to make sure she's got enough money to pay for his stay, take care of him, and pay for them kiddos, right? And it's not cheap. They're not, and she said this several times, she is not staying in her hometown, right? They are in a different town that does not have a house in, and she can't buy a house because she has to show income, and she can't because she hasn't been working for the last 6 months since this whole thing happened, almost a year. And good evening, Red's mom, how you doing? And so her coming back to the one place where she has hundreds of thousands of followers, can do makeup, which she loves, and that is going to be a break for her. away from sitting by his bed. It's been 9 months. Okay, Lauren, yeah, 9 months. You know,
hey,
she's been
Spackle,
sitting by
I'm gonna
his
jump
bed.
you down. I'll bring you back up though. We'll bring people in here in a little bit. I just got too much to react to. Thank you. I'm sorry, Spackle. I want you to come in. I'll just let you guys know when we're going to open the panel. So Nick and you and a bunch of others can jump in. I'm sorry, Navy.
Oh, no, you're good. I'm just saying that this is how dare they call her entitled when this is a break for her from the sadness and having to take care of him and the kids and all this kind of stuff. And also so she can make money for her kids. 11 grand a month just doesn't magically fall from the sky unless you want to steal it from your fans.
What would they do if she would have come back? After a month, 3 months, 5 months, 8 months, they would have said that she don't give a shit about Marvon to come back. You know?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
This is that thing that I call 2 fail states in criticism. Okay? In order to figure out whether someone is harassing or hating, that people want you to believe you can't figure this stuff out. That's a lie. If you look at what they're doing, there must be a pass state and a fail state. Sometimes the pass state doesn't seem like a pass, but it'll be a better option. And if someone is giving somebody a fail state, no matter what they do, that's harassment. That's lying. That's bullshit. There's always a way for you to do better in a situation. There's always a way for you to make it right, or at least try to. And if you're criticizing, the goal, you're not criticizing if you don't give them a way to pass the criticism and ways to fail the criticism. Sometimes they'll have many ways to pass and many ways to fail, but harassers and abusers and narcissists want you to believe that you can just give fail states, all fail states. Even Koberger can be given pass states. Turn yourself in. Admit what you did. Apologize to the families. Ask for the death penalty. Admit that you were wrong. Admit that you shouldn't be on this earth because of what you did. You see where I'm saying? Criticism has a pass and a fail state. Even if it doesn't seem like a pass state, it's a better option. It's a respectful option. All of that is weighed in how you treat others. On YouTube, people are being given the title of commentator when they're not commentators. They don't deserve it. They're posing as commentators. They are posers. Or even true crime commentators, and they're posers. Because a commentator would never do that. It is disrespectful to my channel, to myself, to my commentary, if I'm going to give Molly all fail states. Molly could come out and tell the truth right now. She could apologize to Dre, admit what she did, correct as much of it as she can, and then do regular content. That would be a pass state, and it's easy. Usually the pass state is the easiest option, and it's the most respectful. This, Molly, you want to sit and attack Dre today? You want to attack her? You want to lie about her? You want to attack her children and her husband? Because you are. Why don't I show you and your friend stealing Marvon's and his child's money? And I'll explain before I play it. When you raise money in someone's tragedy, that money better benefit either the person involved in the tragedy or victims of the tragedy. To use a tragedy to raise money and lie is one of the worst possible things you can do, and it's a criminal thing. Like if you go run a fundraiser on GoFundMe because of cancer or because of a death or whatever, and you're lying, or you use it for something else, you go to jail. And I've proven this. You can go search top GoFundMe scams. You can read about 30 of them. You can read about 100 of them, 1,000 of them, where people, one example is a woman who raised money for a fallen officer to do a golf thing because like he loved golf. So it's a golf thing for the family and for the community. She's paying for all of it with this $5,000 fundraiser, got the money, kept the money. They didn't do the thing. She went to prison for 2 years, on probation for 1.5 years, and had to repay a huge sum of money. What do you think would happen with what I'm about to show you? Now, they raised this to save Marvon and the grandchild from the evil Dre. Fact. There are so many long hours and hours and hours of live streams over a period of months where they say why they're raising this money. They can't deny that it was for that. So, what if they would have taken the money from the accounts, put it in Letitia's bank account, and she would have ran off with it. Well, those of you that watch me regularly already know, but just in case anyone's here that doesn't watch me regularly, here is them stealing the fundraiser money.
It's turned off.
Okay.
Okay, and then also to make sure that she doesn't have a bank card linked to that account. Only when she has to like withdraw out of it is the only time that she should have a card linked to it. Because
I'll answer your question in a minute, True Crime. Let me copy it and put it in general. Let me just finish this clip and I'll answer your question. Great question, but I'll answer it in just a second, okay? Great question.
if somebody tries to do a request, they can get it because if you have a card linked to it, regardless.
Oh, I didn't get to talk to the mods. I want to address the mods right after this too.
She like accepts it or not, the bank can dispute it and get it from her card. So if she doesn't have a card on there at all, then they can't get anything.
Well, how about that?
Okay, so
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I deal with CASHAPP and all that
take
stuff
my
a
card
lot.
off.
Take your card off too? Did she say take her card off too?
That's Letitia on the phone.
Make sure she has no card on it.
No card.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, take that off.
Exactly.
Letitia, listen to Letitia's tone. She knows. She knew when she heard them doing this. She's thinking, why would you stream this? Letitia knew. Justin knew. This idiot. I don't know why you'd admit this shit on a live stream on Molly's channel in front of all these people. Molly, you just lost your... Molly was very strange when she broadcasted this stuff. She deleted it right away because people came to her after the stream and said, Molly, and she deleted it. But you see, Molly's supporters, the people that go in her chat and attack Dre, they don't know about this stuff. Molly conditions them not to watch channels that actually show both sides. She conditions them, I guess, Molly was supposedly, sorry, my daughter. Molly was supposedly reading a text from Letitia stating that the lawyer was going to file some emergency documents in the court, that if we're true, we would be able to look it up under public records. Oh, definitely. Letitia didn't file anything. And when people asked Molly about that, she just blocked them. She was actively covering it up. You don't do that if you're not invested in it. I mean, Molly can come out now on stream. She wants to go on stream and just attack Dre. You know, she could tell us where the money is. Because we've done estimates of 50,000, and this is the low range that Letitia raised. And people will say, oh, you're crazy, you're lying. In the first 4 days, Letitia admitted to raising $8,000 some dollars. And the thing is, the story went more viral over a period of weeks after that. She was streaming to like 1,000 or 2,000. After that, they would be streaming to 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people. And we have these clips. You've seen this. So if you're going to raise 8,000 in 4 days, as it goes more viral and you've got 5 times more people, what are you raising there? I am confident in saying Letitia got at least 40K. That's my opinion, but I'm confident in that. Letitia and Goose say she only raised 20K. Impossible. She raised 20K in the first 2 weeks alone if what she was saying about the first 4 days were true. Letitia's not going to tell us how much she raised. Letitia is going to give us a very small number. How do I know? Because she ran with the money. She planned to run with the money the whole time. She knew from the beginning she wasn't going to do this. It's why she blocked the refunds. It's why they did everything. We know. I know. I'm a broken effing record, but you know what? Today's the day. Today is the day for my record to break, okay? I can be a broken record today. After months of studying this, all day, every day, on my phone, if I'm going somewhere, at night on broadcasted to my Chromecast, during the day when I'm sitting on stream, months of studying this. Today's the day. I can break the record. How do you support someone where I have video from their YouTube channel of them at night stealing the fundraiser money from Marvon and his child. I don't care what you think about Dre. The money in the bare minimum, if you want to say, well, what if Letitia this? What if Letitia that? In the bare minimum, the money was for the benefit of Marvon and the child. That's why you gave it. Because you were good people. You were good people and you were lied to. It's not your fault. Now, in the very least, they do not want people file police reports and file charges on oh shit, I just realized why Dre said what she said. I'll do it in a second. They could have at least put the money into an account for Raza or Marvon or something. Not ran with it and lied about it up until today. And you're going to keep sending Molly money? Do it. That's your money. It's not mine. Molly will make you think that by sending her money, somehow you're giving us a middle finger. That's just so she can con you more. How are you giving us a middle finger by donating to Molly? You're just giving her your money, for God's sake. It doesn't do anything to me. I don't know how people get caught up in this stuff, man. Done this for years. I've done it for years. This is just one of the biggest stories. Okay. Got two things to do. One is, why did Dre say that about the lawyer? Okay. So in the police report, please tell me that's my daughter calling me. That is. I'm so sorry. Navy, talk to the chat. This is my daughter, so now she won't be texting me. All right. Good.
Yeah, I agree. Someone put in there from this clip alone, everyone following her should have known that this was a scam. Because you don't actually go on your channel and talk about how to keep people from getting refunds. Well, I only laugh because it's so crazy. I can't even believe it that they're this stupid. So crazy. Hey, Ms. Lee, how you doing? No, Louisiana lady, you're not the only one. It happens to several people. People are so good at trying to scam others. And when you come online and watching YouTube, especially if you need to, like, you don't expect it to be, that kind of crazy, but they are. And, you find out that they're scumbags. Hey, darling, Brittany, how you doing? And they're scumbags, and hopefully you figure it out. Some of these people, though, that are her fans, I think just don't get it. They don't care. They really don't. They don't care. They enjoy watching people do this. They enjoy seeing somebody attack somebody else. I'm guessing a lot of her fans feel the same way she does about women like that. They're also upset that their lives didn't turn out to be all champagne and stuff like that. And the thing that gets me is that Dre's life wasn't all perfect. Like, she even says this. They fought, they did normal things and stuff like that, but they spent time together as a family. And the only thing Molly does is spend time on YouTube and scam people.
Molly is a serial scammer. She can get mad all she wants. She can't come at me. She's starting to sue me for months. You can't come at somebody when they're telling the truth and act mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about a thief. Someone that goes in and steals somebody's wages they worked all night to earn. Fact. She admits this. She makes excuses for it, but she admits it. So this thief, God knows how many times she did this. God knows how many times she didn't get caught. God knows how many times she's done this before YouTube, but she came to YouTube. Now, here's the weird thing. When she first came to YouTube, she would sit there and talk about how you don't dox people, you don't steal from people, you don't lie to people to get money. And she did that for like a year. And it's probably when she formed her initial support base, but then she started to move it to where she is today. And it's gotten more extreme and more extreme, like she's going down a downward spiral. I'm talking about Molly, not to make this about Molly, but Molly is the reason that there is a misinformation campaign against Dre. Molly and Letitia. Letitia knows she is just as responsible as Molly. Not only did Letitia do this in front of everything they've done in front of the camera, people, they were doing behind the scenes the whole time. Got me? So when you look at someone like Nonsense or myself, where we're studying the story for months and months and months, we're doing that behind the scenes too, making content, studying the story. When you look at someone like Molly and Letitia that lied and scammed and skeezed and doxed, they're doing that behind the scenes, even more than you're seeing them. Got me? So my point is that I get it. A YouTuber uses personality. They find a part of you that they can work into. So let's say you're lonely. I've been there a million times. Let's say that you're unhappy. Let's say that you need someone to talk to. Whatever it is, they're gonna the scammers, the clickbaiters, the ones that are using you are gonna find that and they're gonna manipulate it. That they're going to play on your weaknesses. And if you allow them to, it's because you were weak. It's understandable. But one day, you'll become strong enough to realize that you shouldn't let people who constantly steal, take, lie, and do that to others do it to you. And you definitely shouldn't let them motivate you to do their dirty work in the comments section, in the live chat, or even worse, to help them do it to their real lives. It is, we've been on for 2 hours and 50 minutes. We can do one of two things, Navy. We can either go off the air at about 7:20 in about 20 minutes, and we can finish up with some clips, and we can finish up with some of the Dre's discussion. Yeah, I don't want to cut. I don't want to talk. I don't want to have Boston, Nick, and Spackle, or anyone that wants to come in just for 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and look at some more clips, listen to Dre a little more. Then we're going to take a break. And I'll come back in, after an hour or so. I've got to eat. I have to, or I'm going to get weak and shaky and stuff and all that. So I'm going to pick my kid up, make sure everything's good for school tomorrow, make sure we've got the household down. Then we'll come back online. We'll look at some more of this, and then hopefully if peeps are around, then we'll have them in. Does that sound like a plan?
Oh, I like it because I got to cook food too for dinner and what.
Okay, great. And then what do you got going on? Like how, oh my God, girl. Don't be grounded. Talk to the chat.
I will. Country girl, no, I did not get your question. If you want to re-ask it, I will answer it for you to the best of my ability. Well, I hope other than this craziness going on, I mean, we kind of knew Molly was going to react like this. The problem is Dre keeps coming out and talking about stuff. She's going to, it just destroys Molly. Because I think she had something like, I don't remember if it was on TikTok or Instagram, but she had like 4,000 or 5,000 folk watching her when she was live and all this kind of stuff. Like it's just going to be, oh my gosh, it's going to be crazy. No, Nick, I did not get the White Castle burgers. Completely forgot about it, but I did get steak and chicken and pork and some shrimp and stuff like that to cook up. So I got some good stuff. But somebody was saying earlier that I guess Molly was claiming that Dre got the wig to look like her. Molly, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody trying to look like you unless it's Halloween. I'm just letting you know. And even then, I don't think they're gonna dress up like you. Let's see what else is going on. Hey, Shopaholic. Yeah, Uni was talking about in about 20 minutes. We're gonna head off and take a lunch, like a dinner break, and probably come back and have everyone else come on panel and chat about all this. 20,000 watching now. Oh, it's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad for it. That's awesome. I haven't made burgers in a minute. I need to do that. I need to make some burgers. I do love making burgers. Yeah, it's awesome that she's getting the support. So that's what she needs, especially after them attacking. I don't care if you like her or not.
I'm gonna ground some kids so hard it's gonna cause an earthquake on the 8.0 on the Richter scale. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Navy.
No, you're good. I was just saying, like, even if you don't, whether you like Dre or not, it doesn't matter. The fact is, the attacks that she's had to suffer during this time have been evil and vile. And so I'm hoping, like they said, she had like 20,000 people watching her last night. Which, you know what? That's it right there.
Okay, I got my kiddo taken care of here. All right, looks like we have about 40 minutes. So. I know, I'm not going to ground her. It's a joke that I have with my kids. Like when they do something that mildly annoys me, I kind of like I joke with them by acting like I'm going to ground them forever, right? You know, and they laugh, you know, they know it's me being silly, so. Okay. Yeah, she had what? An enormous amount of people watching. She's popular, bro. She's everything Molly wants to be. She's someone, what does she do when she goes live? This. Not the topic. She talks to people. She does makeup. She does content. Right? Like us. We do our show. We do a show that features scams, fraud raisers, insane things that are going on, crazy stories, research stories we have to do, right? Like, you know, if we wanted to, we could consider ourselves journalistic. We could. The reason I don't is because I don't study journalistic ethics. I know minorly some journalistic ethics, but I don't study it. People like Betty and Molly and them that call themselves media and journalists, they are nothing. They're the opposite. They're posers. Now let's get moving, people. Okay, let me share this to Navy. Because we got to get our dinner. We got to finish up the stream. We're going to come back tonight and we're going to slay this shit.
Turn off invites for this live. Okay.
Oh, no. We've got a couple more clips of Molly that we're going to watch real fast. And then we're going to hear more of Dre. So let me get this set.
While you're doing that, somebody put in the live chat, I remember what it was. Apparently, Molly was claiming that Dre got the blonde wig to look like her.
Shit, the opposite.
Right. I said the only reason anyone would look like her is because they're dressed up for Halloween.
Yeah, no, exactly. There is a Molly GoLightly Halloween costume. You can buy it. It's like it's called like Las Vegas Street Hook. Okay, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I need to stop. I'm so sorry.
Does it come with stolen money from a stripper? Because that would be
yes, great. It's got Monopoly money. And it's actually in the bra of the costume. Now, the other costume that comes with it are 2 police officers. It's called Mildly Annoyed Police Officers Arresting Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay.
I do. Punk Rock Girl wants to know if it's going to be on your other channel tonight.
No. I do not mind streaming there, but it has to be prepared. If I stream there, I'm going to clip what we're looking at. I'm going to have it ready. I'm going to talk for an hour. I'm going to talk for 40 minutes or an hour and 20 so that when you watch it, it's going to be just like you're watching an edited video, but I'm just not going to have all my little breaths and switches all done. So we will go there. I'm thinking tomorrow. But what I want to do is take what we're watching from Dre and I'm going to clip it. You guys know that while I'm watching these videos with you, I'm pressing record and I'm pressing stop on the important parts that we need for my uploads, and if we want to do a live stream on UNIRock 2. But we are going to UNIRock 2. It'll be scheduled way more ahead of time than these streams, and it'll be completely prepared before I go there. I'll have the script and everything done. It'll be an outline, but everything will be done. Because I used to do that every night on that channel. Every single night for almost 2 years. That's when Navy found my show. I did a nightly podcast similar to this. We just covered some other topics. Okay, so I got interrupted by the kiddo. It's fine. We have a YouTuber named Molly GoLightly who has doxed. This is Dre. This is a video from Molly's channel. If you don't believe me, I even have the proof it's from her channel. I have a link to websites that have archived this video from Molly's channel. They saved the statistics. She hashtagged Andrea MCC. Slay with Dre, Yuma, Molly GoLightly, The Shed. She got 8.3 thousand views, 429 upvotes. She got a lot of downvotes, but it doesn't show them. And then 117 comments. It was named Dre, how is this possible? Justice for Vaughn here is The Shed. Now, body cam footage that Molly played proves that Marvon did do this to himself in the shed. The police report accompanying it proves it. In the beginning, though, of Molly's harassment campaign in order to monetize it to make money on Dre, she wanted people to think that Dre did it. And she did lots of content to convince people that Dre was guilty so that they could raise money to get Marvon and the kids from Dre. I'm going to play to you what she said. I'm not going to show you the video, though, because it's a dox of her home, backyard, and shed by a psychopath that Molly asked to film this woman's life, kids, and property. Take a listen.
She found him in the shed. She cut him
In fact, I'll just show you the beginning of it.
down and found him like
Because this is her privacy fence, and this is not her property, but she's walking up to
that
it.
and finally calls 911. She doesn't know how long
Oh, shit. Are you watching that, Navy? You are good.
he had been out there in his blue pajamas.
You're fucking gross. How long he'd been out there in his blue pajamas.
We're just wondering, how's it possible with an aluminum, very common?
So on the screen right now is a person filming the shed, doxing Dre, invading her privacy and committing a crime. Molly uploading this to her channel was a crime. It's why she immediately deleted it.
That this beam could hold him up.
So she convinced her audience in one of the first videos that she uploaded, not only that Dre was starving her kids, which is the exact opposite of the truth. She filmed herself feeding them every meal for years. It's crazy to say that, but it's true. Molly didn't know that. She wanted to convince you that the shed, it was impossible to do this to Marvon so that Dre would be considered a murderer, which would allow it to be a true crime story and would allow them to do a fundraiser to collect your money for Letitia.
Can someone go outside and go into their own aluminum shed? See if it's possible. I think we could find out.
I did it for you. I looked up that specific make and model of the shed without doxing her. I checked the capacity and proved that it could hold him when I found out that you did this in the very beginning.
Very easily. So yeah,
My audience is like, dude, you're a broken record.
story keeps changing.
Story never changed. Your story changed. Because when you showed the body cam, you didn't apologize for this. You didn't come in and say, I apologize. I'm so sorry that I was wrong and I framed Dre, blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't do that. Oh, I got True Crime Dime's question.
Story keeps changing and we keep digging.
Thanks
You
for
know,
admitting that.
look, she's always the one in charge.
And then she makes fun of her, so I tried to end it really fast. So the question that True Crime Dime had for us is, RockAlot, can you make a short video step-by-step on how to strike people on YouTube and how to use a copyright lawyer to hide your info? It might help Dre fight these streams. I can post it to her support group. I could let people know, but I can't broadcast that. I do not want to create a scenario where it's possible that anyone, even I can't give you step-by-step on how to report and do all that. You can look it up on YouTube very easily. I can tell you that. Because it would cause a mass reporting situation. I can tell you, if you feel that a video is violating YouTube's terms of service, that you should strike that video. And you should be very specific and correct. Now, copyright strikes for Dre, there's a lawyer, Burnt Toast knows exactly who it is and says the name all the time. And you can pay that lawyer $25 so that when you file a strike, you can use that lawyer's name legally instead of your own, because they're going to represent you in that copyright strike. And that will prevent them from doxing you. But they already have Dre's dox, so Dre wouldn't have to worry about it. If Dre wanted to strike, she could use her address because they already have it and they've already doxed her, and it wouldn't change anything. But either way, that's my response. And thanks for the question. So what I played the shed video for is, of course, just to give you the video of Marvon Sr. admitting that they want a freeze on his funds. And a couple days ago, I played Molly facepalming when Letitia says she's getting 2 lawyers. One of them is a probate lawyer and another is a criminal prosecutor. Then I played Molly doxing the living shit out of people. I don't think I have a lot more that I need to play here to say what I want to say, but I'm just making sure that I protect myself, my channel, and my content by presenting all of the information that I'm giving in an argument when I make the argument, Molly and friends, that's what you should do too against Dre, but you don't because you don't respect yourselves or your channels. And I played the video of Molly admitting that her and Letitia were sharing financial data from refunders to dox them and harass them, so that I can say to you, anyone out there that is blindly believing Molly and attacking Dre is in the wrong. You can have an opinion against Dre for whatever reason. That has nothing to do with the truth of this story or situation. And you should be identifying what your opinion is next to what you are telling people the truth is. Because if you're a liar and you're lying to attack this woman when she is proven by all these investigations and backup evidence that she did not do anything wrong in this situation, you are a vile piece of shit. Now, you're allowed to be a vile piece of shit. Just know that all the lies you tell only reflects on you, Molly. All of the attacks on Dre just reflects on you. It does not say anything about Dre or anyone else. You are you. Dre is Dre. Let's hear Dre.
Decline. There we go. Hopefully
make sure Navy can see it.
You know, people are trying to accuse me of wrongdoing. Yeah, it's crazy. And then even
they're slandering you. The worst ones. Some people are just nasty internet trolls. They're just doing it to mess with you. Ignoring them, the people that are doing the worst, they're committing a crime against you at this point. They're ignoring all of the facts so that they can keep lying on you.
The police investigated me. They did. All these things, all these clip videos, even the police report talks about these are heavily edited videos.
They are heavily edited. I have proven it, Dre. I took the videos, the very few videos that Molly was using against you, and I found, with the help of the community, the source streams for those videos and proved where they came from. And what I would do, I would play Molly's clip video, and where there was an edit, I would pause it. Then I would pull up the stream it came from. Yes, that is public on this channel. You can watch me do this live right now, LB. And I would go to the source video that it came from, and I would go a minute ahead of what they clipped and a minute after. And sometimes I would go 5 minutes ahead or after, because I would show you that they clipped it all to make it look like she was starving her kids, when in reality, anyone that actually goes and clicks missing puzzle pieces or any video that uploads Dre's stuff, any channel that uploads Dre's stuff, would see she fed her kids every day on stream to such a crazy degree that you would have to be a malicious liar on Dre, trying to ruin her reputation in order to say that she's doing it. So yes, Dre, you are correct. They did heavily clip videos to try to make you look like not only that you were abusing your kids, that you had murdered your husband.
Heavily edited.
Yes.
There's a video where people are saying that I was starving my child. Oh my God.
That's one of those videos that I played way ahead and after. That's the one where her kid already has had like soda or some sugary drink, and he wants more drink, and Dre's telling him, go get a cup of water right now if you want more. You're not getting more of that other stuff. Go get a cup of water. And they tried to use that as the proof that she's starving her kids.
In that video, you guys are seeing clips. If you look at the actual video,
it comes from a meal. Right before that is the churro. Remember the churros, Navy, that Dre and Marvon were eating with the kids?
Yeah, it was awesome. They loved it.
They fed the kid that they were trying to say Dre starved so many churros that they were running out of churros for the other family, and she made a huge amount of them. That kid was stuffed, and they clipped it to make it look like she starved him. That is defamatory. That's the word I was looking for a minute ago. It is straight defamatory. Now, who would do that, Navy? Who popped up right after Marvon, right after the family found out that Marvon, the family found out, Letitia's family found out that Marvon had done this? That's when those clips appeared. That's when those videos appeared. So I'm not saying that they did it. I don't know who did it, but I find it highly interesting that you can look and see where those videos originated from and see that those things were made. Those clips, they were clipped down like that and shared. Right, not when Molly started to defame Dre, right before Molly defamed Dre.
Of when I'm telling.
I have a whole timeline. I can pull up an entire timeline that shows every defamation, every day, every stream, everything that happened, all the stuff Letitia claimed for all the months where this is like 4 months where this is all relevant.
Raza, no, and whatever.
Thank you, Freedom. Thank you, Freedom. Looks like Beth, Wannabe, Kirk, Bash the Tragedy Pimps, and Kai got one. Hell yeah, Kai.
Video, and he talks about that, but that was not.
Kai and I like to play Mech Warrior. At least Kai likes watching me play Mech Warrior because he watched me play it for a long time. So that's why I'm like, go Kai.
Put in the video, and my children, and another thing is that, there was, I guess, a video that said, like, mommy needs to eat. Dude, I eat plant-based.
She ate after the kids. Marvon would sit there. Marvon, not like Marvon, you know, the Marvon would sit there and eat while they were cooking and stuff. And he would be like, oh my God, this is so good. Wow. While the kids and Dre hadn't eaten yet. And it was funny. It was cute.
Mom, I cannot imagine eating any way else. Like, I love the way I eat. I really, really.
Marvon also. Oh my God, Navy. Come on, Brad. Damn, loving it. So there's Kirk. It looks like Navy got one over to Leah, Ozzy, Trisha, Cindy, Mylanta, and Detroit Dahlia.
It's done.
Thank you guys. You're too kind. I appreciate you.
For my body, for my health, for my mind.
You look great. It looks like you're doing it the right way. People that go plant-based have an issue getting enough protein and certain vitamins. And I really do believe, one thing I did, because they tried to push a narrative that they were on some very crazy vegan diet. So what I wanted to do was go into their videos because they had all of their food, all of their ingredients. They would talk about the ingredients, talk about the food they made for every meal. So I went and tracked these. I found out what specific ingredients they were using, what mushrooms, what leaves, what fruits, and basically they were on an alkali diet, a vegan alkali diet. Now I went in, and I'm not going to do it right now because it was a very boring stream, but a lot of you watched it. I appreciate that. And I read to you what a vegan alkali diet actually was. It does. It takes discipline, punk rock girl. You have to go in and replace the proteins and the vitamins and other things in a large amount, because when you eat the plant-based protein, you have to have a lot of it. That's why they were so skinny, but they were eating and eating and eating. Now, that is not Marvon. That is Dre, the two children, and Raza were not super skinny. They just were skinny. They looked healthy. You can even see that the children have little bellies, and that Dre has weight on her hips back then. Now, Marvon, on the other hand, looked sickly. No insult. I've been there too. When I was medevaced out of Iraq and I was in the hospital, I was very sickly looking because I was laying there a lot. Then back when I had stomach issues, I had ulcerative colitis in my intestines, and I was in the VA for a very long time. And around 2011 and 12 and 13, I was extremely sickly. I looked kind of like Marvon, no joke. Now, I came out of it, and I have a little weight on me, and I like that weight, but Marvon was super sickly. Now, he was sickly, though, not because of the vegan diet, but because if it would have been the vegan diet, then Dre and the kids wouldn't have had weight. They wouldn't have looked healthy. Got me? Marvon was sick. You don't just get sick mentally. You don't, like, seizures will make your muscles so sore. They'll make it hard to move. They will lock up in ways because the brain is sending erroneous information to your muscles that will make you sore and rip muscles and tear muscles, and it'll make your back hurt and your legs and put you in constant pain, especially the type of seizures that Marvon had. Because guess what? I'm not going to talk about it because I will bore you to death, but I also studied Marvon's seizures. And I'm not a doctor, but I'll give you my opinion just from reading about it. My opinion is that they did everything in their power to try to help Marvon, and that he, in his seizures, caused auxiliary damage to Marvon's brain and body. causing him to suffer extreme depression, extreme amounts of pain, and extreme insomnia and anxiety. They never knew when he was going to have a seizure, and when he did, it threw off his whole body. But he was riddled and racked by these seizures. Molly and these judgmental demons in her chat were constantly saying things like, they're not treating him properly for the seizures. They're not calling an ambulance right now. They were doing exactly what the doctors told them to do. And if they would have went and just read about it, they would know the directions given by doctors when these types of seizures happen to people is exactly how they followed. You don't rush them to the hospital unless they harm themselves in the seizure, or unless when they come out of the seizure, there is specific things you look for that you rush them. Stroke-like behavior, or some other type of injury-like behavior, or they bite their tongue, or they break a tooth because their jaw gets really hard. That's why they put, they do certain things when you have a seizure. So I completely defend Dre and the children for the way that they I commend them, because they sat down and studied what to do when their father and their husband had a seizure, and they did it to the book. They did it better than anyone could have, and they suffered through every seizure with them, holding him and nurturing him and loving him, and talked about these things in great detail even. And that's what makes this story completely expose Molly, LB, Leslie Bass, and Letitia and Justin, because they can't even do basic fact checking to be able to sit on a panel and correct their complete and utter misinformation. Sorry for the rant.
For my spirituality, like it's been incredible being vegan, plant-based, because it's not just vegan, because you can be vegan and have sugars and processed
and eggs and milk. Some people do that and some people don't.
Foods.
Some people do poultry, some people don't.
And, eat things.
Cherie says majority of seizures take significant time to get on the correct meds, and some can't be controlled with meds. Marvan's couldn't. They gave Marvan one of the most powerful seizure medications that exist on this planet. And it might even be, that many of those types of medications, when you get severe medications, they have severe consequences. I know because I've taken them, some. And guess what a side effect of some of those medications are? Because they affect the brain. Suicidal ideation, homicidal ideation, even hurting themselves, hallucinating, right? And so all of these things point to a mental health crisis of such epic proportions, with years of evidence that the man suffered the mental health crisis. Recorded video. If you can't get a story right when you have that much to study and fact check, you are not a capable YouTuber. 10 to life, Molly.
Things that someone who's plant-based wouldn't, so it is restrictive, but I love.
Navy, I think what we're going to do is reset so that I get more on point with reacting instead of bitching. Okay? I think it's time to get some food in us and chill. What do you think?
One thing right fast. You're talking about 10 to life earlier, and the fact that they just got everything wrong. 10 to life didn't even do their own commentary. They literally straight up stole Molly's commentary and just regurgitated it. It was horrible.
Oh yeah. 10 to life has done this many times also. 10 to life is not a true crime channel. 10 to life, it goes out and curates any rumor or lie or drama and then brings it to you. They don't fact check it. They just tell you it. And the problem is, when they do that, they find a narrative that they want to follow. So they're following Molly's narrative, going through, presenting information as if it's factual. That's the most damaging part of 10 to life. And again, I'm not saying every video falls into that category because I haven't watched them, but I have checked ones that people have told me were erroneous, defamatory, and wrong. And she is a habit of this. She has I can't understand how they fool this many people to get behind them unless they're doing it on purpose. That's the only thing I can think. Because you're going to tell me they accidentally get everything wrong, but they just happen to know what to say to get people to sub and follow them. No, I think they're doing it on purpose. I think they know what people want to hear. I think they pick a narrative that they know people are going to want to hear. And I think the reason that these people can do it is because other YouTubers won't. most people will go in and say, I'm not going to defame them. I can get sued. I'm not going to lie. That's horrible. Like, I have a God, or maybe I don't, but I'm still not going to do it, right? You get me? Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. Misha says, if you see somebody having a seizure, get them down, turn them on their side, put a pillow under their head, watch them carefully. You do not have to call 911 unless breathing stops. And you do need to take them to the hospital if it's their first seizure and they need to get treated, right, Doc? They're going to tell you the same thing, guys. We need to interview somebody. We need to, Navy, eventually. And just maybe a 10-minute segment where we interview somebody. But either way, thank you. Okay. All right, Navy. Stream. If you want to support me, and to anyone that has tonight, thank you so much. Navy, Cherie, who else gifted subs here? I wish YouTube tracked this shit. Oh, here we go. Hope, Diana. Appreciate all of you. You know who you are also. For any of you that want to support my show, I just want you to know that any support will be used to keep the show running. That's it. So we're not going to... What's up?
Freedom Believer also donated.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
5 memberships.
That's right. Freedom Believer too. It didn't, for some reason, it'll drop certain donos off of my list because YouTube makes a list of the donos. It'll drop some of them, so you can't trust it. Thank you, Freedom Believer. Definitely. If you want to support me, paypal.me/UNIRock and #UNIRACHEL. Like and subscribe and share, please. We need to have a mod meeting, please, because we need to talk about multiple things and update on multiple things. We need to eat, and we're going to be back. And then tonight, we will open our panel sometime towards the end of the stream. We might even do it when we come back or something, depending on what happens. And we'll get some other people's opinions in here, at least for a little bit. So Spackle wanted to come on. Nick wanted to come on. We'll make sure to do that. Because this is just really big. This is really hard to kind of reconcile. I am going to watch and criticize every second of your video, Molly. I don't care that it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't care if anyone will not watch. I don't care if I get 50 viewers. I'm going to correct every lie, every attack, everything you've done in this video. I am going to debunk you, and I'm going to correct you because you won't do it for yourself. And because you're attacking Marvon by doing this, he would not want you doing this to his wife unless she committed a crime. And you know it. And you know she didn't commit a crime. You're also attacking his kids because the only person who can support them right now is Dre. Letitia and Marvon Sr. are too busy doing whatever the hell they're doing with the money they raised from Molly to do anything for Dre and her kids. She's doing it all on her own with her family, her mother. And her mother is upset, I imagine. You know, she's having to deal with all this and help her daughter through it. Why wouldn't she be upset, you freaking psycho? And that's why. Because you're attacking this family when you attack Dre. That is unless you want to finally prove that you're right. You want to finally give even just some logic to why you should be able to treat her like this and act like this towards, not her as a person, towards what happened and how she handled it. You want to do that? I'd love to play it. I'd love to have it. Juana says, appreciate you in Navy. Love the games too. Excellent, because we're going to, when we get done with this, we're going to be gaming a little bit. And that'll be like probably a week from now with everything that's going on, but you get what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to head into the Butterbot, talk to the mods. I need to do a mod meeting. I don't care if other people are there, but it needs to be a mod meeting, please. I forgot to address the mods. I'm sorry. Let me do that real fast. Basically, I want to maintain free speech in my chat. Free speech, though, has consequences. I want people who disagree with us to come in and see this and to chat, even if they're a little upset or hostile or something. But people that break TOS, attack other people, or those types of things, I would like them to be banned or timed out. Now, what I ask from my mods, because I do think Molly's going to rally her troops and this is going to get crazy at some point in the next few days, is I would like my mods, if you do ban or time out, just type, even if it's one word, why you did it. You know, you insulted this person in a very nasty way. Or insult nasty, even if you just want to type that. Or TOS violation. You don't even have to write the TOS violation. TOS VIO. Once you kick them, just do that right after, and that'll protect you. It'll explain to that person what happened. If you ever get banned from my channel, I offer an amnesty to unban you as long as you're not a doxer. That's my only rule. Well, you know, or worse. So if you need to reach out to us to get unbanned, please do. We are trying our best, especially if you get banned accidentally. We're doing everything we can. We're trying. If you're watching my replays, you can skip through parts. You can fast forward. You'll find good stuff if you do, because I get a little off track sometimes. I ramble a bit on purpose. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a YouTuber named Rags or Mahler. They're a long-form YouTuber. They do long-form content and commentary, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Long-form content and commentary. I ramble on purpose, so yes, you may have to skip it sometimes, but I do work on getting it concise. Navy, you got anything you want to add before we jump and come back later?
Just that I'm glad. It's awesome that Dre's coming back. I wish it had been under better circumstances, but I know she needs to get back to work. But it's awesome that she's actually getting her side out there. And I send her all the positive vibes and the prayers, you know, for her, Marvon, and the kids, that they're able to, you know, this works out for the best.
Very much the same. I believe that as we all professionally express our opinions and show the facts and link the truth, every hour that goes by, more and more people who have been demonizing Dre will realize the truth. So I think that covering this is important until we get done with this stuff, which won't take too long. Thank you. PayPal.me/UniRock, money sign Cash App. Mod meeting after this. I love you. You guys are awesome. See you soon.